so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The lyric science is forever.
I know. The sound of my voice
Oh, God. Just get on with it.
means that your Saturday is now complete, all right? And then your Monday morning is probably going to be pretty badass, too. Because I am welcoming you to the 325th episode of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast with Jared, Lee, and RJ. And today, we decided to go down the rabbit hole with our good buddy, Tron. Thanks for returning to the show. Thanks for coming over.
Don't worry, everybody. I'll blur all that stuff out.
Nah, it's okay. I figured with everything that's been going on in recent events that, you know, me and Jared the last, I would say 2 weeks or so have been kind of touching on all the Epstein Files stuff because a lot of stuff has been coming to light. Even in the last couple of days, a lot more has happened. And I thought to myself, who is the best person to discuss this stuff with other than the man who was telling us this stuff a long time ago? And everybody's like, oh, he's out of his mind. I'm sure you got that.
Still am. We all pretty. Let's not go too far there. We all kind of knew. We wanted all confirmation before.
So we needed some confirmation. It looks like we got quite a bit.
It's like believing in God. Like I need confirmation first. You know what I'm saying? I need to see something.
Absolutely.
But I guess just overall, man. Thank you again for coming over. But just with the whole Epstein file thing.
Why are we starting out with that?
Just because it is crazy, but you know what? We can start out with something different.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's get it out of the way. We're not doing another 50-minute Epstein rant.
So we've got the guy who owned the CEO of the Hyatt Hotels.
What up, Epic?
We've got the guy who owned Victoria's Secrets. We have
Isn't that the same person?
Les Wexner. He's a huge factor in it. He basically passed the business on to it was a Maxwell, her dad, and
you know
Les
what
Wexner
the other thing about her dad, I think it was her dad. He's the one who wrote the history books.
Yes.
And you know what's crazy? My uncle used to work for that company, McGraw-Hill.
Oh.
He was also buried with Mossad honors and top Russian spy honors.
God. So wait, so you tell him, man, so Russia and Mossad, well, I should say Russia and Israel are actually in the background working together.
At the top, it's just one intel conglomerate.
True.
So I've been watching a lot of the James Bond's movies recently. Basically, which one was this? I think it was the most recent one, or maybe not the most recent one.
The most recent one he died in.
What?
Is it Skyfall?
No, not Skyfall. It was the one after that. But basically, MI6 has this young guy who's never been in the field or anything coming in and basically telling him, like, we're joining forces with all the intel agency. It's all one, and AI is going to be watching everybody. They start off the thing injecting, what's his name? James Bond with all this nanotech.
I think that is the last one.
Yeah.
I think is that?
I forget what the name of it is, though.
We can look it up.
But it's really good, and it's like, because you know how I feel about Alex. Alex Jones is always talking about the James Bond movies and how accurate they are because Ian Fleming has been getting fed information from intel agency. I mean, a lot of these Hollywood things are...
What did I fucking say? What have I been saying for months now?
No, I know. That's one of the reasons I had to have...
You ever seen the movie... I talked about it on here before. I always forget the name of it.
It's a movie where it's based... He's
yeah,
in it?
hold on. Give me a second. Ungentlemanly... Fuck! I always get it wrong. It's a long title, but ungentlemanly...
It's a comedy
warfare.
or...
No, it's hold on. I'll get to it in a second. Let's find what this last James Bond movie was.
Oh, Moonraker. That's pretty crazy, too. That's basically what Elon is trying to do right now.
So while Jared's looking that up, man, I guess with all the news and information that's been coming out in recent weeks, like, what is your overall thought process on it? Were you like, I knew it? Like, or...
No Time to Die.
Yes. Yeah.
Is this the one with Javier Bardem in it?
Bourdain.
Bourdain, excuse me. I always fuck his name up for some reason.
But yes, he's been in a couple actually. He was in like the last two or whatever.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah. Let me put it up so people.
Big into James Bond recently. I get a
Um,
kick out of the Sean Connery ones. They're just like so goofy and cheesy.
Well, I mean, stuff from that time.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. You can't really compare the. It's tough to compare them.
But then what was it? Oh,
Because the people that were when those were coming out initially, the
Yeah.
people were. I mean,
I would be super
they were
into
obsessed
it too.
with them.
I
Yeah,
mean-
yeah.
I was a big Bond fan as a kid. I mean, do you know anybody that doesn't like James Bond? Like, in all seriousness.
I know people that.
He's British, but it's pretty un-American not to like
Yeah,
James
exactly.
Bond.
Yeah.
MI6 British guy, but it's un-American.
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. That's what. the
Oh
name of the
wow,
movie
that
is.
sounds intense.
So,
Okay.
bro, I keep telling people, and nobody fucking listens to me. This movie is fucking. If you like action and you like espionage shit, like this.
Yeah,
is
I am big into the spy stuff,
this
spy
was
thrillers.
this was during World War II. Basically, and Ian Fleming is in it because he was. Because we looked it up.
If
Not
Ian
ju-
Fleming's involved, it's intel.
Well, yeah.
CIA.
But that's the thing. Like he's in it because, and we looked it up. He was actually in the military, and
Yeah.
he's in the movie. Not him personally, but like the character, a person is playing him. And they're Lieutenant or Lieutenant Fleming, blah blah blah, and so it's based on a true story,
This one?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
or not
When did
exactly
this come
true.
out? This was 2005.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. 24.
Oh.
It's only 2 years old.
Oh, I can't see. I'm blind.
But it's based on what's his name? Fucking Churchill created this group of people who like go in. They're like espionage, like go in and do wild shit to fucking disrupt the Germans and shit. It's a good movie, man.
Fuck those Germans, dude.
Well, yeah, obviously, but
Yeah. Didn't do anything really nice.
but yeah, I'd suggest that movie. If you like the James Bond shit, you'll definitely like that shit.
Yeah.
And this is again based on real people. Like they give like a synopsis at the end, like show the pictures of the real people, and then tell like what they ended up doing after and like during, and whether they kept going. I like that movie, and I can't recommend it enough if you're into that type of shit.
I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, Ian Fleming. I'll check all that
But yeah,
stuff out.
and then Henry Cavill, the guy who used to be on what was that football show that used to come on?
What are you talking about? Friday Night Lights?
Oh,
it was a
please.
comedy.
Oh, man, I love Friday Night Lights.
Of course, but no, not that guy.
So good.
I can't remember the name of the movie. It was they were on a college campus, but he played a dorky like frat guy. That guy, you know
Blue Mountain
him.
State.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go.
Yes.
Um,
Favorite football
like
show or whatever.
yeah.
TV movie.
I liked it too, and well, you know what? Well, that was actually football, but I liked what was the other one? Where the fantasy football.
Oh, The League.
Yes.
Yes.
That shit is fucking hilarious. The first season of that shit was golden.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they got. I mean, just like with a lot of I mean, it got pretty out of the box,
Yeah.
out of pocket in the last couple seasons. But yeah, I'm big into. I mean, all my fantasy football teams. I'm cutting it down to 4 this year. I think I was at 6 last year, which was absurd.
I had to give it up.
I won 2 of them though. So
I don't
Can't-
gamble. I'm pretty bad at it.
It's not really
What?
gambling. Fantasy
Yeah.
football is not really gambling. It's
I bet you I'll have you gambling before this episode ends.
I'm sure. Well, that's fair.
you can't get me to do that.
no.
I refuse to lose my money.
Yeah, well, it's see, I'm in Jared's mind frame because I remember. So when we were in high school, remember, and obviously Jared attended the same school, right in front of the lunchroom where
Doesn't
they had
matter.
the trophy case and everything like that.
Oh, you mean where I had several things up? Yeah, sure.
Jeez, Louise, I'm sure I was probably standing something, and there's like a photo of Jared behind me.
I was
entire
on there.
time.
Probably, I was in there that I know of twice.
Oh well, kudos to Jared for making the trophy case.
I was in
at-
there
in high
once.
school. Really?
That's just because I got stuck in there, and there's some weird
Oh,
Do
you
you
got
know-
It was a weird situation.
a
and
bully
the-
put
the-
you in there?
The people had to. Well, I climbed in there. They just locked it
You know,
behind me.
That sounds like some shit you
You know
would
what's
do.
crazy? I think I remember this happening. I think I do remember this happening. No, but I remember we used to just kind of shoot dice sometimes in front of the lunchroom.
Yeah. Love
Yeah.
craps. Love craps.
13-year-olds just shooting dice
Yeah,
in,
well,
in
it
fucking
was,
school.
Well,
Yeah.
this was when
we used to do it in the
this-
parking lot up against car tires.
Yeah, and well, this is the thing. The cool thing about going to high school
I'm acting
is,
like we didn't do it on the bus and shit.
you know, you got your 9th through
Moving.
12th graders, and so you got kids that are older than you, and then they're kind of influencing you and things of that nature. Like, yeah, you want to join us? It's like, no problem. So I remember we used to shoot dice, and I remember one time, I put down like $10 or something like that, and
wow.
and I bought the
Big
dice.
money bucks.
Yeah, this was prime lunch money. This was weed money. Okay,
Yeah,
I was
let's
gonna
not
say $10
kid
is
anybody.
not lunch money,
Oh, yeah,
buddy.
no, it's weed money.
That was like lunch was like
That's for a whole week.
$1.25. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just remember crapping out on the first roll.
Damn, remember like nickels and dimes? Like that was actually. And then I remember when a dub, like I was like, I got a dub one time. It was like later years, and I was like, wait, this is 10. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
no, that's the going price now. Like,
Yeah, it's like I want
Sorry.
a dub.
The
Like,
economy, baby.
yeah. And then people used to do all this crazy shit to kind of spice their weed up a little bit. And they would put it in different baggies.
Well, I'm
yeah.
sure you know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about, but they would
yeah.
run like lunch specials if you would come through at lunch during the school day. It would
yeah.
be 2 for 15.
it's entrepreneurial class.
Yeah.
Okay?
You know what's crazy is I know exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Okay, relax. You're about to give details that you
I'm
shouldn't.
not-
give.
I'm not
I
gonna
know
do
how
that.
you are.
I am not. For the sake of
Where's
the show.
the cough button?
Yeah.
I don't even think we have one.
You know what's crazy? We should get
Gotta have a cough button.
Yeah, we do need to get one.
No, but I just remember losing $10, and I was just like, man, I was like, I'm not really good at this, and I was like,
That was the last.
and that was like $10 that my mom gave me, and I don't want to go like, hey, I need $10 more. You know, they're like, hey, what did you do with it?
I
You
got
know,
robbed.
Yeah.
no, then that would have been even worse if I would have said
Well,
something like
there's-
that.
I think there's 2 kinds of gambling. There's gambling that you're just trying to get ahead, just trying to, and you're betting $100. You're betting bigger.
Oh, you're talking about
bigger stakes.
addiction.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends on what your income is or whatever,
Yeah.
I guess. But my thing is, I like to, especially during the football season, I'll pick like a 16-leg parlay, like 16 different people to score a
Again,
touchdown.
you're talking about addiction.
But I'll only put $5 on it.
Oh,
so,
okay, all right,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So $5 for the whole day. If it hits, it might be $200,000.
True.
If it doesn't,
Yeah,
I'm
those
down $5.
I've seen some wild parlays, and then motherfuckers will get. "Oh, I only need this one thing, and
Yeah.
then the rest of their fucking month is ruined because they didn't get that one fucking.
It's
parlay.
funny. It's funny that we're talking about this. There was a bet going. I think the odds were 87% for Chris Collinsworth to mention Patrick Mahomes during the Super Bowl, and then somebody hit on it because he brought him up in some.
Of course he would have
Yeah.
brought it. He would- Why wouldn't he bring him
Patrick
up? Yeah.
Mahomes.
Yeah, so it's just I'm
his
like,
guy.
so you can just bet on anything now.
Oh no, there's a whole app now. What was it, like I forgot the name, Khaleesi or some shit. Or you can.
Oh, Cowshy.
yeah,
Yeah, Cowshy, they got all that. You can bet on the weather.
yeah. You can bet on everything.
What the fuck is this?
They
remember the whole thing with the CNN? Well, no, it was ESPN where there was a bet where it was a streamer that I think he put 200,000 or something on whether there'd be a gay kiss on camera.
Yes, I
And
do
then the dude from
What,
ESPN
during
was
the-
like,
the
the ball,
Super Bowl?
No, during
Oh.
the ball dropping.
Oh,
I don't know if you
yeah.
saw that, but it was obviously the balls dropping in Times Square.
I've only seen 2 balls drop,
Oh man. Well,
and I
that's,
stopped watching that kind of stuff.
well, that's good. You know, for the sake of a lot of things. But what I was gonna say, yeah, but the ball drops, and you know they're panning the camera and everything. Everybody's celebrating, and then like right on the camera, they got a gay couple making out. And
making out is wild.
well, I mean, kissing, whatever.
I saw tongues going everywhere.
you know,
The
you know,
tongues were out
They're
and
just
about.
fucking on fucking ABC and shit.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
He whipped it out, okay? I saw it. He whipped it out.
But they were showing it, and there was an ESPN
The
news
bet was
reporters.
whether they were going to start fucking on camera.
We were all surprised.
And then there was an ESPN news reporter who was watching it live, and he was like, yeah, and he was like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Our local guy. Steve, no, not Steve. What the hell is his name? Scott.
he's
Scott,
local?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I know who you're talking
the
he's
about.
bald guy?
he's a Skins fan, Maryland guy, the bald guy. He was always on with
I know who you're talking. I can't remember. I never remember his name. I know who you're talking
Scott.
about.
I don't know if that's his first name or last name. It's something Scott. Scott's in there involved somewhere.
I thought it was. I don't. Feel
Stuart.
Like
No, Stuart Scott.
Stuart Scott.
That's the guy that he was already. Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, I forgot it. I know who you're saying, but I don't feel like looking him up right now.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, I with gambling too. Like, you were talking about somebody's income. Like, I don't ever really felt like I've made enough money in my life to really gamble. I look at gambling as like a rich person's luxury.
There's
like,
people gambling their last $1,000 in their account right now.
Oh yeah,
I mean, we know. Yeah. Well, I don't want.
I know a couple. You know a couple.
Yeah, I think we all know a few.
I don't hang around those types of people.
Well, it's judging until they hit. Then when they hit, it's like, okay, maybe they knew what they were doing.
But they hit, but then they want another hit.
Well, yeah.
So
because they're hot, you can't stop.
Yeah. So that's where the issue comes in.
You're either cold. There's one of these streamer guys, Togi, but he said there's two types of gamblers. You're either cold, so you need to keep going so you can hit, or you're hot, so you can't stop. So there's you're not really ever addicted. You're just in between those two states.
That's an addiction. You're chasing something. You're chasing something.
I mean, if you start losing a lot of body mass because of it, like you're just pumping it all into DraftKings, I guess you can say that's.
I'm telling you, there's some people doing it.
Well, let me ask you this: with that assessment, would you think?
And it's so easy to access now. My bad.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I know it's kids at school, kids in all the kids are getting on it now.
But it makes you. No, it's not. Hell no. It makes
because they don't know how to manage money at all.
Or their emotions, any of that.
Yeah, no, you're still turning.
Well, remember we had that sports marketing class.
We
made us do the fantasy football thing in there. I thought that was crazy.
Oh, just fucking making you.
I thought that was crazy.
Already.
Yeah, I was like, this is awesome, but this is also crazy.
You know what that was? The fucking teacher wanted to do that shit, so he was like, "Hey, just get on in my."
I think the teacher
draft.
just wanted Mondays to chill, so she was like, hey, "Make sure all your scores are correct. Here's the stats." Just like chilled.
Yeah, there were some pretty cool, I guess, extracurricular courses in high school.
You know what? I wanted to take sports marketing, but now looking back, I'm glad I didn't. I mean, and now I'm in marketing, but I think I learned probably way more afterwards than I would have ever in that class.
Oh yeah, I took fashion marketing.
Of course you did.
Well, it was the last elective.
We know why you did.
No. And if
not that there's anything wrong.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that. We say that quite a bit here on this show. What I was gonna say, no, believe it or not, I
Gay!
very much so.
I got news for you. That means you're gay.
We are very pro everything on this show.
I know, but I'm making right now. I'm making fun of
for
you.
yourself. I'm anti it all.
Oh, we know.
I'm anti everything.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is no. I ended up taking this class because I was in what was it? Calculus. I took calculus the first semester of our senior year.
Oh yeah, you've told the story.
Yeah, that's a bad class to be in.
Yeah, and I don't have any problem with anybody learning math or anything.
Was it with the football teacher?
I think it was the older guy.
Yeah, pre-calc or was it?
No, it was actually full-blown calculus.
Wait, so how did you get into calc? Did you take pre-calc?
You got to. You can't get into calc without pre.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
I'm
confident I did. I had to have.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I was in this class. And
I don't believe you, but okay.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can believe me.
Because that was I think I took that in 11th grade, and then I took stats the next year, and I was like, this is bad.
Stats, I didn't take stats until college, and I went to college many years later, after high school, after the Marine Corps, all that shit. And the first time I failed.
Yeah. Oh, it's the craziest class of all time.
But the second time I took it, I don't know, maybe because I understood it more. It was much easier. It's
same teacher.
Oh no, different teacher.
Yeah.
But it's a different language. It's not like when we think about math, we think about 1 + 2 is 3 and blah blah. But stats is it's I don't know how to explain it, but that's where like surveys and shit come from, sample sizes. That's why a lot of people like baseball because of the stats.
Oh yeah, I love baseball stats.
And it's big in the marketing world because if I can see a trend towards why are this age group from 18 to 35 consuming my content? You know what I'm saying? If I know exactly why, then I start gearing my stuff. So that I don't know, it comes in handy in the real world.
I actually have a question. What would be, I guess, a fundamental starting point in stats, I guess, when you were taking this class?
Well, I thought it was crazy. When I took it in high school, AP Stats, they made us read this book in summer that was called, like, How to Lie with Statistics, and I thought it was the craziest thing.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's a crazy book.
Yeah.
Bill Gates is big into it, by the way.
Of course he is.
But I was like, this is because it was basically like you can use any stat to kind of push whatever argument you want. Like they would use like now a smoking
I'm starting
stat.
to see.
Like
now
people,
I'm starting to see why
yeah.
you are the way you are.
Literally, once I read that book, I was like, so this class is pointless.
All of it.
What's going on here?
Honestly,
You're just going to teach me how to lie.
Yeah, all of it is. I had a connection, but I forgot what it was. That's ADD and no food and alcohol.
That's okay. It's a winning combination.
But it taught you not to believe shit.
Yeah,
and
because they showed you use these smoking stats. Like the average smoker lives longer than the person that doesn't smoke, but that's because they were factoring in like babies or kids that died in like a car accident or whatever. And they're look,
that's the point. That's
so
what
it's like when you start smoking, you're usually already an adult unless you're a child working in coal mines or something.
Oh, yeah, put your long ass legs away.
He is relatively tall. You've gotten taller since I've known you.
My legs are.
So it basically teaches you how to lie. Like, and so when you say smoking stats, you mean
they kind of embellish the title of it, but you can use you can just use stats to prove your point, even though they're kind of BS. That was one of the examples in there.
That is something, yeah, and I think when we were first going back over it, I think that was something that I did realize also. I was like, wait, so then all these like studies that we get can be skewed. That's a big word in statistics, like skewed and empirical data, all that shit. So it can be skewed a certain way to, like you said, prove whatever point you're trying to prove.
Man, that's pretty fucking fascinating. I didn't know that.
Which that's why, again, like when you hear me say like I don't watch the news, like when you're like, oh, Fox News, this guy, blah blah blah.
No,
hold on,
Hey,
let me finish.
Hey.
Like, or no matter, and I'm the same way with CNN or MSNBC. Yes, I'm still gonna watch them only just because I want to kind of get all perspectives, or not perspectives, more point of views than perspectives.
Yeah, you got to see what the enemy's saying too.
Yeah, and so, but then I got to still gather that information, statistics, to create whatever my own thing is.
Yeah, no, and that's fair, and I think that's I would hope. I mean, you can clearly tell who does and doesn't, but to utilize some level of critical thinking.
That shit is out the window these days.
In terms of, in all seriousness.
Actually, that's the title. Fuck that.
Because the reason being is, like Jared said, you can watch multiple news outlets, whether you agree with what they're saying or not, to get some point of view, to gather some information for yourself. It's like, okay, that way you could either look into it yourself or whatever, and then ultimately make your own decision. But then there are folks that are just so, I guess I'm going to use the term blinded. Like one side can do no wrong, whatever side they're on.
Confirmation bias.
Yeah, and that is to me, when you just kind of step back, and I would think to most people, it's like, oh man, dude, it's like brainwashing folks to a degree.
What did I say a couple of weeks ago? Like television programming, it is exactly what it is doing. It's programming people.
Yeah, and it's just pretty wild to watch it because
MK Ultra.
Yeah.
Now I'm in his world.
Yeah. So. So what
Come
I was gonna, yeah, it's not bad over here. What I was gonna say,
it is. It's bad.
But that's the thing, bro. Look, this is why I can't go down those rabbit holes, because I still want to enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? Once you get down there, it's kind of stressful when you're like,
tough.
what the fuck, man?
It's tough. Well, and also, like, once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah.
Because now nothing is real anymore. I can't watch a movie the way I used to when I was like, whatever, 15 or 16. Like,
well, that's just growing up.
I can't just sit there and be like, wow, this James Bond movie is. I'm like, oh wow, that's actually. Oh yeah. Oh shit, I almost had the name of the movie. Damn it.
Don't
Sorry.
worry. Don't. Well, I mean, kind of to piggyback off of that, I was telling him the other night. The new. You ever watch The Night Agent on Netflix?
The Night Agent.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
it's
No.
so it's on season 3. Season 3 just came out. It's about he's an FBI agent, but they're like this kind of like side group called Night Agents that like are under the president's purview.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I like this. I like where
Yeah.
this is going.
And
I think you dig it, man. I really do.
season 3, I finished it today. Like there's 10 episodes.
It's still
I-
ongoing
I've
though, or
always-
is that it's
I
over?
think it's gonna be
Okay.
more. I think it's gonna be more. Like because the new season just came out today, or no,
Night
a couple of nights ago.
Agents.
Yeah, and
I have to
I
check
finished
this
it
out.
because RJ knows how hardcore I get when it comes when I'm enjoying some shit. Like I'm going to watch the fuck
Yeah,
out of it.
the entire thing.
And I'll venture to say this is the best season.
I've watched 2 episodes of it so far.
So it's like
I'm-
it's like focused around like governmental.
Oh, yeah, government,
interworking.
CIA,
Oh yeah, this is nice. This
Who
is
else?
right up my
Yeah,
alley.
CIA, FBI, the FBI little the night agent squad or whatever you want to call them.
Their little compartmentalized.
yeah, if
faction.
you're into like the espionage or like even like the Jack Ryan, Tom Clancy kind of ordeal, like
I've been
it's
wanting
definitely-
to, because I'm a big fan of Jim Halpert from The
Okay.
Office. So I've been wanting to watch like what is that on Amazon?
Yeah.
Or what is
Yes.
that? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I think we do have Amazon Prime. So
I
don't watch,
I've seen all
I only
seasons
use
of
it
that.
for football.
I like that one. That was a good one for me too.
Jack Ryan,
Yeah. I like that one.
is that still ongoing or is that done now?
That one's
That's
done.
over.
Yeah.
No, but when we're
I think there was 2 or 3 seasons of that.
I think 3.
I think it was 3 seasons.
3?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay. That's just
So I guess when you're talking about watching older movies and when you start to notice patterns in certain things, it would be hard for you to basically go back and kind of put the blindfold over and
I
pretend
mean,
like
I can't
nothing's-
even watch children's movies without this like Trolls.
Yeah.
the Trolls World Tour. It's basically about like the evil trolls trying to take over all of the troll world with communism, as I put it to my children. But they're using rock music. They want everybody to be under the rock because there's like all these different musical trolls, jazz trolls, pop trolls, whatever.
What's
But they're trying to take over with rock and roll, which I like.
What's
but
that one? Is that no? It's not Trolls. What's the one? It's like the K-pop band that's supposed to be
Oh
super popular.
yeah.
That one
I
I'm not
didn't
liking.
watch that. My wife watched it with the kids.
I'm not liking that one.
No,
I haven't
they-
seen it only
It
because
freaked
it's
out
like
a couple of our kids.
it's for me. I feel like it. I haven't watched it, but
They said the demons looked like too real. They were freaked out by like
Wow.
the demons in there. And I was like, yeah. And my wife was like, yeah, I probably should have watched that before I let him watch it.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like my thing is like, oh, the pretty women. Again, not that there's anything wrong with that.
The sirens.
Yeah, the sirens trying to take down the evil man. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, hold up now. Like,
Oh yeah, see, yeah, I'd have been picking up on that too. I'd have been like, what the heck is going on?
but
here?
that's just from because my boss was telling me about it, and he was like, yeah, because he's got daughters too, and he was like, yeah, they love that show, and I'm like,
Well, yeah, our
The way you
oldest
just
one
explained it.
liked it. And our middle one likes the music too.
Mm.
But yeah, the imagery kind of freaked out our 2 younger children.
yeah, I'm not a fan of K-pop.
I'm more into like the Sandlot, like
Yeah.
baseball movies.
Well, yeah, because we're old, bro.
The
Yeah,
kid,
well-
the dog chasing
Do you,
the
ever,
kid.
do you ever watch like old movies with your kids?
Oh yeah, no, that's because usually we only let them watch so much TV. They get like a show. They each get to watch their own show, whatever, every day. And so if I'm watching something with them, it's usually something that I'm picking. So it's like Johnny Tsunami or like The Sandlot or Remember the Titans. They get a kick out of that movie too. They like the sports movies.
Hayfield,
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I went to that school. You know,
racist ass Hayfield.
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how the world works out. It really is. It really is. No, but that's good that you're showing them some of the classics, man.
Yeah.
You have to.
They're,
I think
they're
as
new-
any
I mean,
good
I'll watch
parent-
some of the new stuff with them. They'll like, please watch, Encanto with us, or I'm like, all right, whatever.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a Disney movie, Prince. I don't know,
Oh no,
whatever.
I pass.
It's all right. It's,
My Disney subscription is gone.
Yeah.
They hadn't put nothing out. Even the Marvel shit. I have my ways of getting stuff that I want to
yeah,
watch.
they don't put
anyway.
a lot of like new stuff out, do they?
No.
I just watch it for the old old, classics that we.
I still have
I
it.
can get it.
For some nights when I'm really bored and I really just don't know what to watch, I'll put on old Simpsons reruns. Just to have it on as background
I just
noise.
saw that they put out their 800th episode.
Isn't that crazy?
My bad.
What?
My bad. Epic. He was like, "You smartasses took pre-calc." I did not take pre-calc. I didn't take pre-calc.
I slept through pre-calc. I'm pretty sure I failed it.
And yes, and I
Just
failed.
because we were there doesn't mean we were.
I was there though. I was absorbing some stuff.
I failed pre-algebra probably like 3 times. So there
You know what?
have it.
My favorite memory of pre-calc. I fell asleep during the class. It was our last class of the day, like 6th period or whatever that
You
is.
can't give nobody math at the last part of the day.
That's what I'm saying. That
That's
was
insane.
coming after like gym or whatever. I
Yeah,
was
the
like,
worst.
you want me to
Gym,
sit
lunch,
down and
and
learn
all that shit?
stats all of a sudden?
Yeah, fuck out of here.
So I fell asleep.
Yeah,
like right at the beginning, and my teacher just didn't wake me up. So I woke up at like 3:00. Like school ended at 2:00.
What?
So I woke up, and there was like 4 or 5 people in the classroom like retaking one of the exams. And I woke up. It was like super quiet. Mr. Micah was just sitting at his desk. I was like, the heck? I was like, Micah, you didn't wake me up? He was like, I felt like you needed the rest. I was like, all right, I'm out of here.
Well, it's good having. I do miss having a good old traditional teacher that's kind of a smart ass.
He
a
was,
little bit.
yeah, he was,
just a little
he
bit.
was funny. I was
Why do
like,
you
"Dude,
miss
Micah."
having a teacher?
Well, no, I'm just saying. I think it's good when you're in high school to have a teacher that's not going to bust your fucking balls left and right about it.
Yeah,
no,
I
you
like
need
the
that
old
though.
school.
You need
You
it.
need
I,
that.
I think I 100% agree with you.
We all know this teacher, Coach Hill, used to bust my balls all the
Coach
fucking
Hill,
time.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
no,
man,
Coach
dude,
Hill.
fuck
What
yeah.
was the other football coach's name? Not Angles, not Hill.
It depends on when you were talking about, because I'm what?
Because like I think
10
it was
years
like
before you
7th
guys?
grade. I had one of the football coaches. He was a bigger guy.
Bowman?
Bowman.
Bowman was there for a long time.
No, I don't know if it was Bowman. But we were out in the trailer for history class. And he
Oh,
was
yeah,
just
I remember the trailers.
I just loved having the sports coaches as teachers. Like in English, I had the.
Oh, they treat the class like it's fucking sports.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, once baseball season started, we had the baseball head coach as our English teacher. Once baseball season started, he literally just would put on a movie for us every day and just go check baseball stats, I guess, online on his computer. I don't know what he was looking
Wait,
at.
who was it?
Broyles?
Oh, I don't
Mr. Scott Broyles.
Yes.
Dude, wait, I think we were in the same class.
We might have been.
Yeah.
I came in one time. Me and a fellow classmate went to go smoke, and we came in, and I don't know why I let him talk me into this. He convinced me that we had. It was like at the end of the year, kind of, and so like I don't know. He convinced me that lunches were swapped, and he was like, "No, we got the second lunch, and then we'll go to English." And I was like, okay, this makes sense. And we went out and smoked in his car, and then we came back in probably just reeking of weed. And he was like, I guess we were doing like vocabulary or something at that point. And he was going through one of the words, and one of them was paraphernalia. And he was like, paraphernalia. And just like looked over at me and Danny. I was like, oh, come on, man.
Dude. No, he was a cool teacher. He was my
He was super
my
chill.
English teacher.
He was very funny.
He was a real nice guy. He was a big baseball guy. I remember.
Huge, I would always talk baseball with him, and then the class would end, and everyone was just like doing their own thing.
So, but
Just
the
talk
thing,
about
but the
baseball
thing
all day.
about having him as my teacher, he was actually my everyday period. So I saw him daily.
Oh,
So that was like
that like
that
third period
yeah,
or whatever.
That third, that was like only like 45 minutes or whatever.
Yeah,
So
what
I
a
saw,
weird. That's a weird because like you just get going and you're already 20 minutes in and you got 20 minutes left. And
Yeah.
then you
Y'all
wrap
had
it
it
up.
different than I had it.
Well, I want to say
You went to
long-
Hayfield too, right?
Yeah, but I'm 10 years older than you guys.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. When he first
Look,
told me when
let's
I
put
met
it-
him,
let's put
I
it
was
this
like,
way.
You're full shit.
Let's put it this way.
Yo, black don't crack.
You
That
ta-
is a true statement. That shit is real.
Let's put it this way. When you guys were in the trailers, like that was a normal thing for you guys, they had just started putting the trailers
Oh
in.
wow, yeah.
When I-
We lived through the heart of the trailers.
Yeah.
We were born.
yeah.
We were born into the trailers.
Yeah, I had quite a few classes out in the trailers, but
I think
that
I only
also-
had one my whole time. Because then after
Dude, I feel like
construction started, and once what was that other school that got built? South County. Once they then they got rid of all the trailers
Yeah.
at that point.
I feel like I had like 4 classes out there, man. But
Yeah,
when-
some people had. I had friends that literally all their classes were out there in trailers. They were like, I come inside to go to my locker and then go back out to the trailer. I'm outside all day.
You know what I did notice is like only the lower classmen would be in the trailers because it was like
Yeah.
All right, the seniors, we're not gonna make them go out fucking side because.
Well, I mean, it's
they've
already
earned their
kind of
shit.
crazy that they got 7th and 8th middle school and high school in the same building. There's
Yeah.
already kind of there's only a few more like secondary school, like Braddock, I think, and
Braddock is one. I think there's one other. I want to say.
is
Stewart.
Edison one? No, Edison's not
I
one.
want to say Stewart, but it's not Stewart anymore. But I can't. No, Edison's not.
No,
No, it's
oh,
not,
because they got
Twain is down the road.
They got Twain. Yeah, they got
is
Twain
down the road.
So that's already a weird situation.
It did make skipping class, I feel, easier though.
Oh, yeah.
100%. It's like, hey, I'm leaving the building.
Shit,
Dude,
that
that's
one
one
Purdom
thing-
fucking prowling the halls. Like he was like, what are you? What the fuck y'all
Yo,
supposed to
he's
be
got
at?
me a couple times.
I was hoping
Yeah,
this
oh, yeah.
might have come up. This isn't how I thought it would come up, but this is just something I was thinking about the other day. They have all these kids skipping school to go protest with the ICE or whatever. I've skipped school so many times. I'd never thought about going to protest anything during that time.
The only time I remember us being allowed to protest was my 11th grade year, and this was when.
What was that for?
Yeah, what the fuck? We didn't.
I don't remember any of that.
Back in my day, we weren't even thinking about.
I feel like most
protesting.
of our teachers didn't, because I remember some kids would try to bring up political stuff, like in some of the class, like those kids.
Bro, that's how you know generations change. Because
Yeah, I agree with this.
We did not fucking even question anything. Like
It wasn't
whatever whatever was in the fucking. You know what it is? I guarantee you, this is what it is. Because again, being a zennial, I've seen before and I've seen after the internet. I think it's the internet because people are able to get information
immediately,
easily and fast.
And no, so we were able to protest, I think, what the execution of Tukey Williams, I believe it was.
Who the fuck is that?
The gentleman who founded the Crips. Yeah. So, yeah.
This motherfucker, you heard the stark difference in how we fucking said that shit?
We were able to protest the guy who
look.
Murder.
Okay. All right, hold on.
But
wait,
hold on.
no.
I'm still trying to comprehend it too.
I the stark difference in how we fucking said that. He was like the gentleman who started.
You mean the guy who founded the Crips?
I was like the dude who fucking started the Crips. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I can see why there would be a protest, but I'm not walking out of school for it.
I might say I am, and then just go to my homie's house.
So
I'm
yeah,
not actually
probably
going
to
to
do
protest
Because
I would also say that when the colleges, our senior year, the colleges would come to give like a small little group orientation or like speech or whatever to, if you wanted, ODU's coming to visit. Oh, yeah. So I would just, anytime a college was coming, I would just get that so I could leave class and then I would just go Hayfield Farms.
I mean, that's how you do it.
Yeah, right across the street. I mean, you're technical about it. You're being very sleuthy.
Yes.
And
I've got a pass to leave class. I'm just not going to make it to
Not
that
to leave the
destination.
school grounds, though, sir.
Just not going to make it to where I was supposed to.
They didn't let us leave school grounds. What they did was they let us go out in front of the school, and
you had to put on your blue headband and
well, I didn't do any of that.
roll up one
no,
pant leg.
No, I didn't do any of that.
Because
I was like, what are you talking about?
protesting
I
for the
didn't-
Cribs.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Here, no.
What we're dealing with these days is basically Bloods and Crips. It's just on a national level.
Yeah, and so it's
not wrong.
Yeah.
And so when we did it, we went out and I guess some people made signs. I just went out there to go out there, just like
I still can't believe y'all. That would not have even registered on my radar.
Well, there was
that's
something
crazy.
throughout the week that was going around saying, hey, on this day, nobody was walking out of class, but they were allowing students to do it. They were. I'm telling you, there were teachers outside and everything. They're like, you can go outside. I guess it was the day of his sentencing or his hearing.
So, all right, let's look this up. Why was he?
Hopefully they did execute this guy.
They did.
Well,
They did.
no, it depends.
Protest failed.
That's crazy. Because the Bloods and the Crips, or at least the Crips, were not originally set up to be like shoot 'em up, bang bang gang.
Yes.
Well,
shit.
and I think I'm more of a blood guy because of the game.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Snoop was a Crip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more of a blood guy.
What about Snoop is on y'all side now?
Okay.
Okay, don't do that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no. We don't need any of those problems.
What was it? Fucking.
Tukey Williams.
Oh yeah.
So, no, they did ultimately. No, but there was a lot of, I guess, that conversation being had. They were like, hey, he didn't found found the Crips to harm people. He did it to protect neighborhoods and help families and such. And it turned into
It was like a Black Panther type of deal.
yes,
Okay.
in that degree. So
Don't you dare slander the Black Panthers.
I'm
No,
not,
original Black Panthers were legit. The new
No.
ones are psycho.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can agree with that.
But no, he was executed. December 13th. Yeah, so it was in the wintertime. I remember them letting us go outside and do it. But to your what you were saying, you're like, hey, man, I don't remember going out and protesting anything. This is the only time in my life that I've actually been a part of a protest, personally.
The de facto, that's a fucking crazy word to use.
Wow, yeah, that's intense.
Um,
So that means he just won the most recent fight, I guess.
But what I was going to say is going back to, I guess, the teachers and, students trying to bring up political stuff, back when we were in school, they would shoot that down. They would actually tell you to form your own opinion. They wouldn't try to put anything in your head. I don't remember ever having a teacher.
I've only gotten to one argument over something that maybe you'd consider political. I don't even think it necessarily is. But when I was in 7th grade, they ran this like documentary on Fox about how the moon landing was fake. And
I remember this.
I didn't think much about it until I asked my history teacher the next day. I was like, do you think the moon landing was fake? Some of that stuff I saw last night on Fox was pretty crazy.
Oh, Fox.
And she started literally just screaming at me. The class went silent. They were like, what the hell?
Oh, because
she kicked me. I was like, whoa, okay.
Okay, so again, for that, something like that, I get it. She's a history teacher?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I literally was like, what do you think about it? And she started yelling at me.
Well, you got to remember, was she older at the time?
I mean, she was
Middle
older
age?
than me.
Well, obviously.
Was it Miss Couture?
Yes.
Yes, Miss Couture.
I was thinking about her name.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. I know
So
exactly.
she was big. I was intimidated.
Yeah,
She
I
stood
remember
up and
this.
started yelling at me. I was like,
So,
yo, what?
I don't want to say I agree with her. Of course, I definitely wholeheartedly believe that we did it. I still believe we're about to do it again. Now, just questioning her and her to go off on that is kind of weird, but I kind of get it.
Because it was like before class really started, and I just went up on my own to her desk while she was doing whatever.
Hold on. I want. Now that we're here, I want to get into that. Remember how we were talking about old boy, what's her name? Maxwell's dad.
Yeah.
Kind of was a part of writing the history books. Those history books were written to indoctrinate Americans to believe, like you always said, I believe in America. Like everything that's fine. You can believe it, but not everything they do is correct.
No, and I'm
Or
not
good,
saying
yeah. I mean,
No. Not in any
And the
capacity.
majority of the shit that they've done, the past 50 years has not been good.
Yeah,
So
most of
that
the foreign
person,
policy.
that person grew up in those books. That you attacked her being, so that's why she had that visceral thing. About
just lashed out. And it was like, and then she just kicked me out. I just sat outside of the door for the whole class up against the lockers.
I would say that's more unprofessionalism than anything, because you're gonna let a student.
If it was
emotionally
nowadays,
get
I would have sued her ass.
Yeah,
I would have taken her ass to
There's
court.
There's too much of that shit going on.
Would have got all that salary.
Well, what do you? I guess since we're talking about this and the influence that teachers can have, we were talking about us or me being in high school going out to protest, but we have what you're seeing recently is high schoolers are going out, and then you got teachers who are taking elementary school kids out.
It's
doing
insane.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I think that is more of a problem than anything. I don't mind so much high school students. I mean, you got to grow up. You got to figure out your path in life. If you get suspended for, standing up for what you currently believe in or whatever, it's fine.
Right. It's better than what I got suspended for.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
And so but I think I would draw the line where it's like, hey, you're teaching like 5-6-year-olds who are supposed to be learning, the colors and,
you shouldn't be there influencing their political views. You're there to teach them so they can be better human beings.
Well, yeah, and the whole thing is parents take their kids or their kids get picked up and they go to the school. They anticipate their kids being at the school. For the school, it's one thing if the kids just organize something and just walk out, but the fact that the schools are participating and encouraging,
that's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
acting in these protests. It's like, all right, because I know these kids, these parents, if the schools were telling them to go out there and protest for deportation efforts, for Trump MAGA policies, these parents would be having a conniption fit and they'd be freaking out.
I think either way it would be. Yeah, I agree with that. I think either way it's a problem because, again, these kids don't know it. It's the same thing as, I don't know, if a teacher, I don't even know how to say it. You shouldn't be putting your fucking shit onto kids that you're responsible for teaching. You're not teaching them anything.
Yeah.
You could say, oh, I'm teaching them to exercise their right to free speech. That's not your job. Like your job is not you could teach them what free speech is.
You can teach them the history of free speech, or like, why it's important that we have that amendment.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that they're like, this is your free speech. Go out there, protest
that's crazy.
Deportation policy.
Now, high school, it might be a little bit. I feel a little different about that. Now, again, I still don't think the teachers should be leading this. The students, if they want to do it, that's on them.
Yeah.
But if the teachers are fucking leading this shit, I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I think it's crazy. They're just like, go outside the doors, go.
Yeah, that's unprofessional in that respect. But also, if you think about it, when these teachers are taking these children out for these protests, what if somebody got hurt? God forbid, or
you've seen those videos where, the only videos I've seen twice, somebody comes, like, I don't want to use whatever side it is, but someone's attacked kids while they're protesting, and the kids fucking beat their ass.
Yeah.
Now, if there was something different, what if that person just started?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're basically like, I feel like it's like you hear about these terrorist cells using children as shields. Like, they're taking, like, in Minneapolis, they were taking kids to these protests. They've turned violent every single night. You're going to take your kid. Also, it's like -5 degrees out there.
Yeah,
you're going to take your kid to a protest, -5 degrees. You know it's going to get violent. They all have. What parent in their right mind would be like, I'm going to take my kid into that environment.
Yeah,
I'm going to go show them what fascism is. Those are quotes from these people that are taking I'm going to show them what fascism is. Like, dude,
weird.
You're taking them into a freaking war zone.
Yeah.
They're going to be using tear gas. They're going to be throwing whatever other type of non-lethal shit, or maybe even lethal shit.
I think war zone is a strong word.
I mean,
it's a violent.
I mean, people are getting shot. There's chemicals being used. There's really not too much of a distinction.
Yeah, it is, like, because it's biochemical. Yeah.
So I mean, just the fact, like, there was like stories about this baby getting tear gassed at one of these protests.
Wasn't that the one that was in the car?
In the car. Their parents left it in the car. It was only like...
I thought they were all in the car.
No, they got out... The baby was in the car by itself.
Oh,
They got out to protest and were hooting and hollering, but then Pepper, they started gassing the place because trying to get everybody to move the hell out of there. There is a lot of things I don't think these operations were conducted in the right, but I don't know why they weren't going in at 2 a.m. to conduct I don't know why they were doing them during the day when everyone's out and about.
Because they want to stir stuff up.
I think they do want some type of presence to be seen and felt, but I feel like most of these operations could have been done under the dead of night.
I agree. But then it comes down to the training. Like, 47 days to fucking be out here dealing with, bro. I was in boot camp for 13 weeks.
Yeah.
Before I could even go on fucking guard with live ammo. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting trained to go kill people. You know what I'm saying? And like, but these people are supposed to be, I don't know, again, never mind. I'm not even gonna get into that. But they're supposed to be, again, these talking points where they're like, oh, worst of the worst and this, that, that. Like, but it's not.
It's not. No, I mean, it's not the worst. I mean, it's not like they're just getting, hobos off the street to come chase down people with loaded firearms. But and also they were so hamstrung until, like, I think it just went into effect in January 2026, the new funding program that
the
got
hundreds of billions.
because they
dollars?
literally had 5,000 ICE agents and help of DHS or
because
Border
they were
Patrol or
they
whatever.
were doing what they were supposed to be doing, border shit.
Well, and it's too late for that. I mean, so they got the border sealed up, but like now they only had 5,000 primary agents trying to get out 20, 30 million.
Yeah, it's still
It's
logistically. It was a horrific way to even do anything. You still got it. I don't care. Fine. You want to get rid of all these people. You want to have these quick numbers. That's cool, but you still need to have properly trained people on the street.
Would you?
Oh,
say,
yeah.
Would you say? I guess with all the stuff that happened in Minnesota, and not saying that things like this aren't happening in small
And
places elsewhere.
It's about to
Mind
start
you-
happening here in Virginia.
Oh yeah,
quick.
Yeah. It's
Very quick.
And mind you, it's still happening in Minnesota, by the way.
No, and I believe that. Because obviously it's still occurring. But what is it about Minnesota that
Democratic.
Yeah.
It's a blue
Dude,
city.
and
I want to know how many Somalis wound up in Minnesota. You
It's
can't
cr-
get too much of a stark difference from
First of all-
Somalia
First
and
of all,
Minnesota.
ain't too many black people don't like cold weather. It is fucking insane.
And where is
Yes,
Somalia? Isn't that in
It's in Africa.
Africa?
Yes.
pretty hot
Yeah,
in
so-
that region from
That's
what
a
I can tell?
stark difference. Like what?
And
are
they
you
just
talking about?
all wound up in Minnesota
Hey,
for some reason.
And guess who else is Somalian that's up there? One of the congresswomen.
oh
yeah.
So
The one that had the that guy spray
yeah,
the
so
stuff on her.
I'm glad you brought that up because I remember when
The
I saw this.
theatrics, I don't want to get into theatrics.
No, because that's
Because if you want to get into theatrics, the ear wasn't really fucking shot.
Well, okay. It's only been independently proven multiple times, but that's fine.
But what I
It's
was
okay.
gonna say, the guy sprayed her with what, like vinegar, apple cider vinegar, or something like that.
I guess
we're getting off the point.
people don't realize that apple cider vinegar actually melts Muslims. So it was a legit hate crime. And that guy should be hung.
Anyway,
Yeah,
theatrics. Theatrics. That shit. We're not even.
Ilhan Omar.
It's like, hey, look at this over here while we do this over here.
Yeah.
That's one of those. It's sleight of hand shit.
I knew it was
don't wanna
fake
get
when she bucked at him like she was gonna
No,
stick him.
again, sleight of hand shit. I don't want to talk about. I want to get back to where we were at.
yeah. So the fraud that apparently is not
Oh, now you're on the fraud shit.
Well, the Minnesota.
I mean,
think
everywhere
look,
there's fraud. Every fucking state.
both. But wherever those two things are, they're going to be connected wherever they go. Wherever they're going to track down a bunch of illegal immigrants, there's going to be a bunch of fraud tied to it. What they're doing. So, all right, the Democratic Party primarily. There's others benefiting off of it, but it's, I would say, probably 85% the Democratic Party.
I'd say 50-50.
I wouldn't. But so they what they do, they're using these illegal immigrants as their own cash cows, basically. They give them all these benefits. Maybe some of them get a wage, a salary at some job or something. They're cutting money off the top all of that. So they get them to come in. They tell them they'll give them all this free shit. They take their slice off the top, their vig, and that's it. So like it's all intertwined. Their whole political system is based on having illegal immigrants available to vote in elections, which most of them won't go vote, but they'll use their names to vote for them. And then it's just a cash cow, just a money laundering system for themselves. That's why they're literally sending their goon squads out right now. Their Antifa goon squads out there to interfere with these deportation efforts, because those every person that gets deported, that's however many $20,000 a year that they're not going to get in those benefits. That
Let me ask you
cut it right
something.
back to them.
Let me ask you something, because I keep hearing from certain places that there's these paid actors and there's this organized operations. If I decided I was fed up with some shit, say like you said, they're coming here, fine. Obviously, because we have a Democratic governor now, that's one of the main reasons. They start coming here, they start doing their fucking antics here, and I decide to go out and protest. You're telling me that I'm being paid, or like I don't understand where that
So
logic is coming from.
there definitely is a paid aspect to these protests. It's not every single person that's out there is getting paid. It's usually the organizers that they'll pay, because it would just be you're relying on too many moving parts. You're doling out too much cash, and they don't like spending cash that they know is not going to come back to them. So they'll pay out these. There's a bunch of independent journalists. David, what's his last name? Kahid or something like that. He's done a lot of work here, actually in Virginia too. But it's so easy for them to they can. There's a paper trail of all this stuff, and they've found so many documents, like from it's from all these NGOs, it's Soros foundations, it's the Bill Gates foundations, it's all these foundations get all these tax-free money. They all pump it back out into it. They fund it back out into these funnel systems. It all comes back. They make it look like it's all like grassroots funded. They have all these, GoFundMe, crowdsourcing ways of funding everything. But it really is all stemming down from the top. They put it that's why they got into such a panic over USAID. USAID is funding all these NGOs, which is crazy, non-governmental organizations, but all their funding, 90% of their funding is coming from the government. So,
yeah, but
I don't know what that means.
90% of everything comes from the government, which in turn originates from the taxpayers.
So what is the government? So it's not coming from the government. They're like some type of middleman.
The government.
Shitty middleman.
The government. That's why I said 50-50. The government is basically money laundering from whatever thing. Probably one side is like, oh, I'm money laundering my shit to come back to me. And the other side's like, oh, I'm money laundering shit to eventually come back to me. Yeah. So it's the same fucking shit. But that's why I said it's 50-50. And everybody's just throwing shit at each other, acting like they're not all part of the problem. Well, that's why I'm like one of the motherfuckers just like, if the Epstein Files comes out, the fucking system will crash and blah, blah, blah. Fuck that system. We're done with this shit.
It's already over.
What have I been saying?
It's already over. The banking. The banking system was never. It's already gone past its point of expectation. It's not. They weren't. They should have already had their other system set up by now. That's why they're freaking out and panicking. They hate Trump.
Hey, throw fucking crypto everywhere.
They're trying to. They're so far behind schedule now.
And again,
which is good and bad.
You keep bringing Trump into this, but from my point of view, it's both. It's both. No matter what, it's fucking bad.
Well, so what? Are you saying there'd be no difference if Kamala was elected over Trump?
Pretty much, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So there was no difference between this Trump administration and the AutoPen administration?
I would say
no difference.
I don't know if it was no difference.
There's a difference.
I didn't notice as much chaos going on.
I don't think Trump is the end-all be. I don't think he's going to save America once and for all. But he's like the he's like the last of the boomers. He's like the last of the boomer cycle, and he just happens to be a populist, which is good for America. So he wants to invest in America, bring money into America. That's why everyone was freaking out about the tariffs.
Into America or into his own family's pockets?
Trump, aside from when Truth Social went public, he was losing. He had lost like $1.5–2 billion from his first term.
And how much has he gained in this last year?
I don't know. Probably
it's like $35 billion. It's crazy.
From what?
That I wouldn't know. I don't look at that.
Those deals with the fucking Saudis, bro, all kinds of shit.
Well, that's not for him.
Okay. What about this Board of Peace thing? Where's that money going to?
Board of I mean, he basically just set up his own.
That's $10 billion already in there.
But I mean, that's USA that's not going into his bankroll.
It's going into an offshore account.
Trump hasn't even ever taken a presidential salary check.
Yeah, people say that, but he again, everything is
Did Obama?
Obama
was making money under the table too. He still took the presidential salary check.
Okay, so fine. I'll give you that. But there's also reasons. Ever since the super PAC shit came out, and the fucking SCOTUS is part of this, the Supreme Court.
Hate those guys.
When they decided, what was that? I think that was during the Bush years, maybe. Second Bush. When
my favorite Bush.
I love Bush.
I gotta have a good Bush.
I gotta take a piss.
Oh my God! Right where we're in the middle.
But, I can keep going.
But let me just finish this point, and then we can switch to something else. When the super PACs came, and the Supreme Court said, "Okay, well, you know what? Corporations are people or individuals, and they're just expressing their free speech." I knew that. I talked about this last week. I knew then that we were fucked because now we're letting just anybody who has the most money get into our politics, and I still believe the fucking Supreme Court. They're the ones who fucking fucked us to where we are today. And I don't think, like you said, I think we're done too. And it's not, again, it has nothing to do with Democrat, Republican. It's the entire system is fucking shitty. And it's all run by fucking whoever has the most money. That shit.
Or the most blackmail.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Currency.
Well, I saw last night, or read last night, that Jeffrey Epstein was looking to purchase some property like by the Pentagon or like near, like something to do with the Pentagon. And there was, dude, that guy it was involved in so much shit. It's crazy.
You're still on the old shit. Look up Palantir. Holla at me.
Sure.
No, Epstein. Well, that's the thing. Epstein, I mean, a lot of the focus is on the dude. It's so crazy what we've been finding out in these emails. There's like literal child sacrifice, organ harvesting.
Which I will tell you this: black people have been saying that many years. Remember when I said the reason I'm not an organ donor?
Yeah, no, nobody should be.
no.
Nobody should sign up
I'm
to
not.
be. Because if you get in a questionable accident, and there's a question
like,
that you might not make it.
Well, I won't have a healthy liver. They can have this motherfucker.
Yeah, go ahead, take my liver, you dumbass.
No, but it's funny. Several months ago, I had to go renew my license at the DMV.
And they asked you, they're like, come on, please.
Yeah, no. So
let me get some organs.
They definitely push it, too.
Yeah, so the lady
I know,
asked
she was
me,
like, you sure?
Yeah, no,
you sure?
I sat there and I had to think about it for a second. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to keep them. Like, that's what I told her, and she just started laughing
knew
at
that
me.
when I was fucking 16 years old getting my license, bro.
Yeah,
I was
something
like,
about this seems weird.
Nah, what
organ donor.
Yeah, why do you want that?
And apparently his personal chef, had a restaurant called The Cannibal.
Yeah, oh yeah, Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then they've got all these emails about jerky. I'm bringing the jerky. I'm taking the jerky to get it lab tested. I'm walking up with the jerky now. How much jerky? I have 6 to 8 ounces of jerky. That should last me until,
That's crazy.
What's the jerky?
We were.
I want to know what that jerky's about.
We were talking about last week how he bought, what was it, like 330 gallons of sulfuric
yeah.
acid.
It was 655. I just heard it this week. 655-gallon drums of fucking sulfuric.
You know what that made me think of?
What?
Made me think of Breaking
I
Bad.
said
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I saw him put those guys in
Same
barrels.
thing. I was thinking. I've seen like documentaries on the cartels.
Yeah, that's what they
They
do.
will dump the fucking bodies in the fucking barrels, seal them shits up, and then fucking bury them in the desert.
That's where Breaking Bad got it. A lot of stuff in Breaking Bad is very accurate to how the cartels operate.
That's
all the
what I'm telling
tunnels. Yeah.
That's why I like watching the last season of The Night Agent and all the shit that's going on. I'm like,
Yeah.
the fuck.
Well, let me ask you: do you think the elderly woman who's disappeared, Nancy Guthrie?
Oh,
do
that's
you think,
fake news. Yeah, that's a distraction. The Epstein Files got dropped, and they're like, shit, somebody disappeared.
Yeah.
We need somebody to disappear.
So we were kind of Jared mostly.
I don't know if she's in on it. Maybe they did take her, but I think the way that the news, like that's like the 24-hour news cycle. It's like 12 hours of that every day.
But here's what I was saying a couple weeks ago. because I only heard it because I don't watch Fox News a lot. Like
Yeah,
he
I
told
hate
me about
Fox
it.
News, yeah.
He told me about it, and I was like, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw this clip where like, oh, yeah, Fox News has been covering this for the last 24 hours. Like, all fucking day they were covering
24
it.
hours straight.
And then had a fucking drone camera over her fucking house in the bottom corner. Like, all right.
Yeah, because my father-in-law has on Fox News a lot, and like I was up there cooking or whatever, and I was like, damn, they've been talking about this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
I've
weird.
been up here for like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Like they've been talking about this the whole time.
And the case just keeps getting like weirder and weirder as it, gradually unfolds. I found out not through the news.
Clearly a distraction.
Yeah, I think it's a distraction
That
campaign.
I guess her daughter, who's what is it? Good Morning America or
she's on something or
Yeah.
like The View or something. I
No,
don't know.
no,
what
no.
she-
It's
okay.
like one of the morning shows.
Yeah.
But she was the first person to interview Jeffrey Epstein's victims back in 2019.
Oh yeah, something
Yeah,
weird.
so, like, it's all-
yeah,
and,
it's always. That's the thing, when you start getting all the information starts coming out, like it's always the same families, always the same people.
And then no matter what broadcast, if you know it's a distraction campaign, like they'll have the same exact wording.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's like, wait, what?
Same headlines, same phrase, same. Yeah, it's all. That's why I love the those little montage clips where it's like it starts off with just one news broadcast, and then it's 2 saying the same exact thing, and then 4 saying the same, and then 8, and then it just keeps doubling, and you're like, they're all reading the same thing.
And didn't you know that? And I was talking about this the other week. I was like, I've noticed this big rise in recent years of like these group talks on news channels.
Like
Or
a
like-
round table.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
And
trying
it's
to.
like, oh, you motherfuckers are just spewing your opinions. You don't have any fucking facts that you're saying. You're just like, well, blah, 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 blah. And then the other person's like, wah, 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 wah,
Yeah.
wah, wah. It's like, y'all aren't saying shit. You're just fucking
Feeding into it.
Yeah, but
That's
then people
right.
watch this shit and they're like, you know what, that guy, I like. No offense, I like that Jesse Waters guy. He's got cool hair. Like, no, he's a fucking
he
loser.
does have great hair though. That's
that
not
shit
being
is
disputed.
fucking moose. It's probably a fucking wig. Fuck that guy.
Said
Jesse
it's moose.
Jesse Waters.
Yeah,
But I feel you. I'm not big. I mean, I get a kick out of like what's the one dude that does the late night on Fox? Gutfield.
Oh, the fucking has been comedian. Yeah,
He-
I know.
Was he ever a comedian?
He tried to be a stand-up.
Oh, okay. Well, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like some of the because he usually has like some comedian on there.
Yeah, I've seen like that big fucking burly dude. He's a weirdo. I'm like, all right, guy.
Oh my god, I gotta go.
He's
pee
not.
so
Yeah,
bad.
I got it.
That's okay.
I
That's
do
okay.
too. But go ahead. Go.
No, while Tron gets up, I'm going to take a brief intermission and remind you guys you can catch us anywhere you get your podcasts. That is Apple Music, Spotify, all that good stuff. Every Monday at 9 a.m. sharp for the visual on YouTube, and every Saturday around 6 p.m.ish here on the Purple and Green, maybe soon to be Green.
I'm talking shit about these round tables giving their opinions, and they're like, we're literally at a
That's
fucking
it,
table
currently.
giving our opinions.
I mean, dude.
But that's what podcasting is. Look, well, let's put it this way. That's what podcasting started out as. It was just people talking, having a conversation, but then the networks started to catch on to that. So they're like, well, you know what? We should just do our own kind of podcast. And we got all this money. We can make a nicer studio and fucking just do the same thing everybody else do.
That's actually a very good way of looking at it. And, it's funny you say that. Just recently here on Netflix, they started releasing podcasts for people to watch. There's like a whole section for it now.
Oh, wait. Can we get ours on there?
I didn't think about
I don't think our camera quality is good enough, but we can find out. I can look it up.
But yeah, like the age of podcast, like we've talked about it a lot. I mean, there's something for everything out there now, and so standing out. But you're right. I could clearly. It's like put it this way. It's like when you watch Sports Center or something like this. You're not just listening to like one guy
get
talk.
you a pop mic because don't do it.
No, I don't mean to do that. No, but it's literally like that. It's like you're watching Sports Center and you get to see, or you're listening to Charles and Shaq, or just something, and it's like, okay, I like these guys' opinions, and news broadcasts are like, you know what? Instead of Jared sitting there, welcome to the evening news, along with me, Cheddarfield, or whatever.
Yeah, I like that better because I would rather get the actual news, or at least what seems like the news, than a bunch of opinions.
No, and I tend to agree with you with that as well, because when you do have the big round tables, it becomes oversaturated. And
and
you're
they're
not
just
getting
all
any-
screaming at each other, and then you always have to just okay, so like Fox News has the 5 where they have all the fucking basically right wing people, and then there's the one left wing person.
Yeah.
And then on CNN, I forgot the name of the show, but you got all the left wing people, and then the one crazy fucking right wing person.
Yeah.
And that guy, he has great hair too, but he's a weirdo too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even remember the guy's name, but I feel like he used to be in the military. But I'm like, oh, you're one of the officers that I would have hated when I was in the military.
Yeah, I mean, we dip it. I go back and forth, especially at work, because especially if I'm bored at night, if I don't have much going on. So we'll put one thing on, and so I'll watch it for like 10, 15 minutes and put the other thing on and see what there's, especially if there's something current going on, like as it's actually happening.
It's always something going on, bro.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, is to keep you from paying attention to what they want you to look at. Again, like it's a magician shit. When I was in San Antonio, I told you I went to that magic show, right? And I'm just looking, just because I kind of know a little bit about magic. I'm not like I can't do tricks and whatever. But you can see the motherfucker doing the sleight of hand. You can see him palming it. Like that's what they call palming stuff, or like putting the coin in this hand while he's doing blah, 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 blah. And blah, 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 blah. Oh, see, look what I just up. It's gone.
Yeah.
But if I pull it here, oh, there it is. There's the coin. Like, you just saw what I did.
Yeah.
The hand is quicker than the eye.
If you're paying attention, you can see when the fucking transition happens. That's how you got to watch the news.
Yeah, you're right. It is just a giant magic trick, which is pretty disappointing that everybody,
propaganda, and people all fall for it. But that's the whole point. It's for the everyday Joe to believe it, and the people who don't believe it are made to look like conspiracy theorists.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you said
crazy
it best
people.
with the MK Ultra. They just they took their little MK Ultra training exercises and just expanded and just broadcast it out to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And
I had a dude.
No, go ahead.
I had a dude when I worked in D.C. I used to go to lunch, especially if it was a nice day. I used to go get lunch. I had it's like you always think these are like crazy people, but I think he was homeless, or he didn't look like he lived anywhere. He might have, I don't know.
Yeah,
but he had this book. I don't remember what the name of the book was, but he came up and he was like, "Hey, brothers, blah 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 blah," and he started explaining MK Ultra to us, like deeply explaining it. Well, of course, I was trying to get away. I'm like, first of all, I got to go back to work.
Yeah.
Second of all, get the fuck away.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
I don't have any cigarettes, bro. Back up.
Get away.
But the way he was going in on it, it at least made me think like,
Yeah. Yo, that guy was probably like an ex-CIA agent, and he's just like trying to spread the word now. And now now he's just like, fuck it, I'll be homeless, but I gotta spread the word.
Yeah,
man.
because
Funny you think about it like that, too.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious,
dude. I think about that all the time. I'm like, yo, because that's how a lot of these people, like,
it was not too far from the one of the FBI buildings, because there's more than one. There's not the main one they just closed. There's another one over by where I used to work.
Yeah. They're all over the place, all these paisanos and stuff. They're probably all fronts.
And I have a cousin that works in
bullies.
I have a cousin that works in that building.
So
I don't know if she still works there.
But we were talking about distractions, and since we're talking about the FBI and all this stuff, I think Trump came out yesterday.
This fucking podcast is getting flagged.
Sorry.
Yeah, no shit.
No, it's good.
I'm gonna call you. Where's the episode?
Sorry, I'll turn my hat backwards.
No,
you're good.
You're good.
It is
Not
what
an
it is.
enthusiast.
What I was gonna say,
But
though,
I'm sorry. I keep cutting you off.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
But this is proof that, like, to the world, that people can look at things differently but still like understand the same points.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that if anything, YouTube, look at it that way.
That's the thing. We're kind of all getting to the same base understanding.
Yeah.
and that literally like so. Like a lot of the consternation or anger from Trump supporters at the current Trump administration is that they're not arresting these people right now. They're not going after these people that have definitely, whatever, maybe meddled in the election or did the Russia, collusion hoax or you name it. And the thing is, like, the government is so crazy. There's so many gears that are turning one direction or the other.
Bureaucracy.
It's impossible for Trump to direct the whole thing right now. It's so full of corruption, so much bureaucracy. He can tell them, you got to do one thing, but like, I forget who it was, likened it to like, okay, you're the captain of the ship. You're trying to make it to your destination, and everyone on the ship is against you. They're trying to take the ship down. They're trying to,
Throw you overboard, pretty much.
So that's like what Trump is dealing with. Like, he's
Well,
trying to lead the ship.
Yes, and, not but, and, that's a key word there. He's part of the problem.
Well, he's the president. Like, he's part of the mechanism.
He should be also arrested.
Well, what do you mean?
He-
I don't think Trump should be arrested.
Why
for
not?
anything.
He's not in the Epstein Files.
What's he in the Epstein Files for?
I don't know. There's
Everything I've
there-
seen is vindicated him.
I'm sorry, what?
Everything I've seen in the Epstein. Well, and this is all before I knew all this before this drop came out. Epstein is mentioned in there saying Trump. I don't like Trump. He never got the massage. We need to. How can we get Trump?
Okay.
So like in the files, he's still trying to get Trump.
You're gonna have to send me those because was this what year was that though?
Well, it was like that was before he got arrested. That was like 2017. And then there's all the messages between him and Wolf talking about how can we get Trump? We need to get Trump. He didn't get. That's who he's talking to when I was talking about.
Yeah. So don't. Okay. So
Trump is the first one that flipped on Epstein.
Got you. Okay. I hear what you're saying.
So
but hold on. But there's stuff before 2017, before 2008 that involved him and Epstein.
Yeah, he kicked
What
him
about all
out of he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago.
That was later.
That was in like 2008.
Yeah, but he was with
That was
him
after his first conviction.
in the fucking 80s and 90s.
Well, he kicked him. Well, I mean, you only know as much as you know. I mean, I don't know.
I agree. Okay, I'm fine.
I don't know when. I mean, there was obviously some turning point where Trump was like, "Oh wow, I don't like what this guy's into," and Trump. That's the thing. Trump was also used as a FBI informant with Giuliani, with his his casinos that he had.
And that's the other thing that I think a lot of people have an issue with. Mostly me, because I think the way he's moving in this term is more like mafia style.
Oh, he doesn't have a re-election to worry about, so he's like, "Fuck it, like I'm gonna do what I."
Yeah, but
am
every president, even Obama, was the same way. He was like, "Well,
I mean, that second term, when you're not running for re-election, you're always. I mean,
yeah, you're gonna.
I mean, look at like Bush Jr. Like his popularity rating, his second term was like because he was just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I don't have to worry about a re-election."
I get it. Again, I just think. I think everybody's focusing on when Epstein got arrested the second time,
which was under Trump.
Okay, that's fine. The investigation started before that, though.
Well, when did Maxwell get arrested?
I don't know.
Under Trump.
Okay. Yeah.
Who was like the most prominent name that cooperated with the Epstein victims' lawyers to prosecute Epstein?
Watch The Night Agent season 3 and then come back and talk to me.
Oh. I mean, that's good for entertainment. But
I will say this.
No, wait, you can't switch up because you said you've been watching James Bond and getting information.
Well, just the similarities, but
exactly. But that's what I'm trying to point out. There's definitely people are getting paid under the table. Money's getting washed where nobody knows where the money's getting washed from.
Sure, I'm just saying there's never been any credible evidence implicating Trump
because they're good at covering their ass.
But
okay, fine.
I mean, I can only
if
go
he's
by
good
what
at
I know.
covering his ass, everything he did is okay though.
Okay, so let me just ask a hypothetical.
Okay.
If you or RJ were implicated in a weird blackmail ring,
Okay.
would you work with prosecutors to expose it, thus like exposing yourself, bringing heat back onto you?
Well, yeah, my short answer.
Because he's not just like some unknown guy that could just like kind of drift into oblivion. He's a prominent figure. He's been a prominent figure since the 80s.
True.
So I mean I don't know how, like what he.
Now, but we don't know who also was involved. May not necessarily. They could be like again, bro. You got to watch this last season.
I'm in on this show. I'm gonna check it out
because you don't know who was involved.
You got me hooked on the show.
Who they're just trying to like cut out and nobody knows about.
Well, see, the thing is, Trump, he's just got so much on his plate with like all this foreign policy stuff that the president actually should be. This isn't really his. This case, like he's done. His campaign promise was to release the Epstein Files. He pushed the DOJ to keep releasing the Epstein Files. I don't know, and they got released under Trump. So I don't like.
No. I don't care who was under. Like,
there is a cover up going on, though.
Okay, fine. We agree on that.
There is a cover up going on.
I want to know why. Because he ran on that, like you said. Then Bondi comes out like the first few days. I guess it was probably a political fucking.
Well, yeah, I hate Bondi. I think they're playing
We agree on
they're playing Bondi like a fiddle, and Bondi. They just know that she's just in it for the Fox News hits, the TV hits. Yeah. She's not really running the DOJ. It's Todd Blanche. He's the real problem. But Bondi is
let me ask you
equally as guilty as far as I'm concerned.
I agree. Let me ask you this. What do you think about Caroline Leavitt?
The press secretary?
Yeah.
She's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because
RJ's in love with her.
I'm not in love with her.
She's an attractive young lady.
I'm not even attracted to her. I've just when she first did her first press conference or whatever. I watched
smitten.
I was like, oh man, I was like, she's like just quick with her response.
She's smart. She's smart.
Yeah, I was like,
she's good.
Shit.
Yeah,
that's her job though.
I've got
I've
got no problem with upgrade from KGP.
I don't know who that is.
Karine Jean-Pierre.
That was the Biden's press secretary.
Yeah. Psaki quit after a few months. She was like, I'm down to lie. I can't do this much lying, though. This is kind of crazy.
So I also
KJP was like, I'll do it. Fuck it.
I think they're all capable of a certain amount, but then when it hits your morals.
I mean, yeah. Deep down, it gets to a point and they're like, I'll just go on CNN.
Because, didn't Trump have
Kash Patel? Is it, wait, what? Dan Bongino. That's who I'm thinking about.
Yeah, he's gone back to his podcast.
No, not the FBI guy. I'm talking about the first term. Didn't he have two press secretaries?
Well, yeah, he had that one broad, that manly broad,
the ugly chick, and then there was
Sarah
somebody else, and there was one.
Kayleigh McEnany was the latter. Yeah, they usually. I mean, it's a 4-year gig for the president, so they usually have 2 or 3.
Yeah, because they can't fucking lie after that.
Well, it's also just demanding. They just got CNN yelling at you every day and demanding answers to weird stuff.
I mean,
I wouldn't.
They're doing their job. They're journalists. It's free speech. They're supposed to be asking these questions.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing.
No, I'm just saying it's a stressful job just to get up there at the podium and have 100 people ask you questions every day.
And then the fucking yelling at these fucking people like, "Oh, you're fake news. You're fake news." Like, motherfucker, everybody can't be fake news, bro.
Yeah.
Like somebody's got to be actually there. Like,
no, yeah. Well, I mean, they have done. That's one thing I like about this Trump administration. They've opened the press wall to a lot of independent journalists who have more viewers than CNN and like all these mainstream journalists who get no viewers.
I know where you're going with this one too. I'm not a fan of that either because these are.
Why not?
Because that's like asking me and RJ to come in there and fucking ask questions.
Journalism is anybody could be a journalist. Anybody could go cover a story. You don't need credentials.
You don't need a degree. I agree with that.
We could get really cool
badges. You got to still.
I mean, most The guys breaking the biggest stories right now are on X. They don't even have cable.
I'm not
news.
gonna go there. I only go to X for my porn, so okay.
You're missing out on a whole other side of X, buddy.
I mean, Jared's not wrong.
You don't even go on X.
I don't. No, but I guess what I was going to bring up is, since we're
It's
talking
the last
about
place for free porn in Virginia.
That is true. That's probably pretty accurate.
No, but I tend to agree with Jared a little bit with the press thing. Like, I agree with you. I do like the idea of opening it up to independent folks, because I just feel like that's a good thing overall.
Yeah,
even if people don't like Trump.
Alex Jones, InfoWars, they've got 3 shows throughout the day. Each one gets more on average than
that's
any average CNN show.
I think that's just a sign of the times too, though.
Oh yeah, big time.
Like, I this is kind of a contentious thing on this show, but like even Don Lemon's shit fucking gets more than like CNN.
Don Lemon doesn't get anything.
Eh.
Don Lemon is
All right.
Since we're talking about him,
I knew that.
man.
I knew that was gonna happen.
yeah,
I knew that was gonna
I just
happen.
wanted your what did you think about that
Damn
whole?
it, I did it again.
You and your long legs. The
shoes.
no homo.
It didn't change the angle this time.
What I was going to say,
delicate.
what do you think of that whole situation with him going into the church?
Oh, at the church?
Yeah. Like,
I think he needs to be tried for terrorism, basically.
That's crazy.
Well, that whole group too. Some of them have been. He met up with them before they went in there. He talked about it being an operation. He said, "I can't tell you what their operation is about, but it's about to happen." They go into this church. They accost a bunch of people, threaten them, prevent them from going to get their kids at the where the children are looked after during church service, blocking those ways. I can't believe that church. I give so much props to the people, that congregation in that church, because I would have felt differently, and I would have started poking my way out of there if I had to.
So you taking knives to church, sir?
If they're preventing me from getting to my children,
Are you taking knives to church?
oh, I got one on me all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to.
Little pocket. I mean, it's not like a.
This motherfucker like.
What are those at the ends
I
of the
don't know.
guns?
I haven't. See, this is.
I got a
the
little
thing.
pocket knife on me at all times. You
This
never
is-
know when you're gonna have to cut some tape or.
This is the thing for me. Like I'm not saying I'm like a huge fan of Don Lemon. Like
Nobody is. You're not the only one.
our values don't necessarily align, if that makes sense.
You and Don,
Yeah, me and Don.
because he likes it in the rear.
I'm not going all that. I'm not doing all that.
not that there's
Not
anything
that-
wrong.
yeah,
There's anything
thank
wrong.
you.
But
Thank you.
I guess RJ has. He said he's watched more videos. I haven't watched any of these videos. I only saw a couple clips of him here and what was going on. Hold on. let me
Yeah, go
finish.
ahead, go ahead.
So from my point of view, I'm like, all right, he's a journalist. We're talking about independent journalism at this point. Yeah, he got fired from CNN, but he's still an independent journalist. So what makes him different from the ones that are in the White House or ones from in that church?
Well, I mean, if he's doing actual journalism and not partaking in an actual operation to disrupt church service.
Where's the
He met with them out front. He said,
Yeah,
these
so that's why
people are
the
about to go
videos-
into an operation. I can't tell you what it's about, but it's about to happen.
Yeah, and then he cuts his. Yeah, so
I mean, that may be considered conspiring.
What they charged them for, I don't think is going to stick. I think they needed to.
I think conspiring to do whatever. And here's sorry. And then the other thing that I said a few weeks ago, I think it might end up going to the Supreme Court because it technically goes under the First Amendment. Both of them. Freedom of religion and practicing your religion however way you want, and freedom of press. So that's why I think this may end up going to a bigger thing, which is going to be kind of wild. I mean, churches already get exemptions for fucking taxes and shit. Like, I don't know, man. That's a tough situation in general, I think.
Yeah, so when I initially saw the footage, so I saw all the videos of after, like when the folks were actually leaving the church, and then before when he was meeting out. But the first initial video I saw was of him interviewing the pastor. And how
accosting the pastor.
Yeah, and how uncomfortable the guy was. And he was like, hey, I've asked you guys to leave, and you guys won't leave. And he was like, oh, why would I want to leave? You know, this, and that. I was like, okay, like, this is a little weird. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything, what was happening at the time. I was like, this is a little weird. This guy looks very panicked and nervous.
And if you're in his position, you'd be like, what the hell?
So then later, probably a few days later, I started seeing the videos of him with the protesters and organizing outside of the church. And then I saw the videos afterwards, and then I'm starting to hear like, well, he was hanging out with these folks. And so I didn't realize at that time that a law was broken, right? Or a crime was committed.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not thinking like that. So I guess what I was telling Jared, I guess after the point where I guess the pastor tells him to leave, is that the moment you think the law is being broken? Is when he's like, hey, I asked you to leave and you're not? Or is it the moment that they collectively come in? Because what they may use it potentially in his favor is that he turned his cameras off, you know, of them going into the church and then turn them back on while everything was taking place. So I feel like they could use that loophole to for better or worse, I guess. So
I think I don't know. I think what you're trying to kind of allude to is it was trespassing at one point, but does it trespass like don't
I mean,
police
after you're told to leave by the people that
I think the cops have to say, hey, property. But I think the cops have to come and say, hey, you're being trespassed.
Well, no, I mean, you can tell them they need to leave. And if they don't, at that point, they're trespassing. So then you can call the cops and they'll give them one last chance.
Yeah.
All right, look, you got to get the hell out of here. They're telling you can't be in their restaurant or whatever. And if they don't, then they're getting hauled off or.
Yeah.
So would you think
this is going to be a court thing.
I think the crime, I think anybody is able to enter a place of worship, but if you're entering there with the sole purpose of disrupting the service, preventing people from leaving, preventing people from getting their children, that for a political purpose, that's a terroristic act. You're inflicting
terrorist is a big word for that.
So what would you call it then? Someone comes in, disrupts a church service, which is protected under the First Amendment, prevents you from going up to get your children. That's not, for a political purpose, that's not terrorism. That's not instilling some type of fear in somebody for a political purpose.
Let's do this. We had, when I was in the Marine Corps boot camp, we had to learn the actual definition of terrorism. So make sure I got it correct.
That was just off of memory too. So let's see if I'm accurate.
You're close. Political.
I feel like I'm not too far off. I feel like there's a politically motivated aspect.
It's political or ideological. Motivation.
Yeah, some type of
Yeah, because I would have to attend it, because if this were, God forbid, somebody of a different nationality
and use violence.
Yeah, there's got to be some type of threat of violence. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, preventing me from going to get my children. No, that's a threat of violence to me. I don't know what you're doing to my children. I'm taking that as a threat of violence, no matter what the circumstances are, and I'm poking my way out of that situation.
But see, this is where it's going to get murky. So it's like you said, political or ideological and religious. It wasn't necessarily religious.
No, I wouldn't say it. The
it's more
organization's
ideological.
Purpose wasn't religious. Like they weren't going in there for a religious purpose.
It's more ideological than anything.
I would say political.
Why necessarily political?
Well, I mean, they were protesting against deportation efforts, which is what we elected Trump to do.
That's more of an ideological thing. It's
literally political. That's why we elected him. That was his main political stance.
That's why who elected? What? See, that's the thing. Why people
the populace. That's why Trump won the popular vote. Everybody wanted him to get the deportations underway. That was like his main platform.
This is one of those words that is problematic for me. Like, this is why we elected, or the American people. No,
well, I said we because I voted for him.
I know. Okay, that's fine. But when they also, Caroline Levitt, when she gets on that platform and she says, hey, this is why the American people elected so and so. No, that's not necessarily true. A group of people, damn near 50%, what is it? What is it? 52% elected him. Okay, yeah, you got the major vote. That's how it works in this country. Cool. But don't keep grouping everybody into this fucking. We're not in the one tribe. Like there's multiple thoughts about the tribe, or
that was like his main platform in the campaign.
Well, they also went in there because they thought that the pastor was an ICE agent.
If they're white, they're an ICE agent.
You're switching what we were talking about.
Well, yeah, they did. That was what they said. They said this church is like advocating for ICE, and
that's one of the.
They didn't have anything to prove that, but they were like, these guys support ICE. These guys.
That was their reasoning for going to that church.
And but they see a car driving by with tinted windows. They start pounding on the windows, even though it's not an ICE agent. Some dude trying to get to his house. They're just They're like, you're with ICE. They see a couple of white electrical engineers sitting inside of a coffee shop. They think they're ICE agents. They start pounding on the window. There's videos of this. The guys are sitting inside like, what the fuck? They think we're ICE agents. They're Democrats. They voted for Kamala Harris.
There's also people who are actually claiming they're ICE agents too. So it goes both ways.
Well,
I just saw a video the other day.
I don't know many people that want to claim that they're ICE agents right now with everything that's going on.
I just saw a video the other day. This guy was in the fucking restaurant and he was like, hey, fucking get this motherfucker out here. I'm an ICE agent, blah, blah, blah. This is like,
well, if he's an actual ICE agent.
He wasn't. Well, he might have been. I don't know. But he might have been off duty. But
I'm just saying, that's why they've been forced to wear masks. These people get pictures of them. They get records of them. They send people to intimidate them at their houses. They SWAT their houses. They intimidate their families. And everyone's like, oh, why are you wearing masks? The same people that were like, you got to wear a mask to protect the grandmas.
Bro, that goes both ways.
No.
Hold on. Listen.
There's reasons.
Hold on. Let me finish. Because what you're saying is these people are saying, these are the same people who say, hey, wear your mask to protect grandma. On the other side, there's people who are saying, why you got to wear a mask? You're the same people who didn't want to wear a mask.
Well, because we knew that there was no science that backed up there was no reason to wear a mask during the COVID pandemic because they didn't help anything.
Nobody knew.
Oh, we all knew it. I was talking about it. We all knew it. The masks.
There wasn't enough data to
There was so much
otherwise.
The COVID germ went through all the masks they were telling everybody to wear. There was literally no point to everybody wearing the mask. It just made you look stupid and inhale your own oxygen, your own breath. It caused a lot of respiratory illness in a whole bunch of states because kids were having to wear them. They're getting snotty nose. You know how messy kids are. So those same people, but when they're actually being worn for a purpose to prevent themselves from being doxxed and their families exposed and open to unknown dangers just because they're performing a constitutional duty to get people that are here in the country out that are here illegally, like there's not really, I don't think there's a comparison there. One side fell for all this fake science, put these masks on, looked like idiots. Some of them are still wearing them in their cars. I still see them today. And the other ones are wearing masks to protect their identity so they don't get freaking killed at their house by these lunatics.
Why are you looking at me, RJ?
Well, I don't know. Well, I've been trying. Well,
like I'm in I'm in the middle.
No, I'm listening.
No, I'm in the middle on this on the entire shit. Fine, we want to get rid of illegal people in the country. Again, I still say if you're doing it and these people aren't getting due process, which is entitled under the Constitution, again, military
for citizens.
No, all people on American soil. It says it in the Constitution.
When they've got the deportation order, that's what these ICE agents are acting on, the deportation orders from the court. That's their due process. Their due process is over at that point. They're getting the hell out of the country. They've had their due process. They got the deportation order from the court.
So you're telling me there's 3,000 deportation people, 3,000 people a day that have deportation orders?
Yeah. They cut, oh my gosh. The whole system has been so diluted for so long. especially under Biden alone, conservatively, they let 20 million people in. Under Biden alone.
He also deported like 25 million people.
No, all those deportation stats that you hear about.
I'll give you one from
Bush
the Heritage Foundation.
Or Obama. Oh, the Heritage Foundation, the pedophile foundation.
Oh, you mean yeah? But there's the ones who fucking writing this whole.
Or no, I was thinking about Project Lincoln.
No, the Heritage Foundation
the Lincoln Project
are the ones who are part of the Project 2025, which is 50% done, and they're the ones who reported that of all the people who have been deported in the last, I think it was 20 or 30 years. I think it was 20 years. Only 35 of them have been actual criminals. And that's from the Heritage Foundation.
They're all criminals. They're here illegally.
That's hearsay, and that's not how the Constitution works.
Well, no, they're here illegally. There's a statute. You can't enter the country illegally. That's a crime.
So let me ask you this. Since we're here.
See, that's what Don Lemon tries to say. He says, oh, it's not a crime. It's a misdemeanor. But a misdemeanor is?
Yeah, it's still a crime.
It's a crime. Okay, let me ask you this then. So,
I don't even
say I entered the country legally, and say I overstayed my vacation visa or whatever.
Bam, not legal anymore.
Okay.
You're getting kicked out.
I just want to make sure.
Is that the case? I'll call ICE right now.
Never mind.
Okay. That's what I thought.
No, it's not on me. I'm not talking about me. I'm just
Don, we got him. Don, we got him. Come get him.
I just have an example, but I'm not outing anybody right now.
Look, I have befriended illegal immigrants. I like illegal immigrants. Some of them are pretty funny. I've worked with them at various restaurants. They're illegally.
Okay.
It's like you get the I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show Superstore.
You know what? I know of it. I've never.
It's hilarious, especially if you worked at Giant or anything like that before.
That was my second job
at Giant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it takes me back to my Giant days, but it's like whatever. But there's a funny bit in there where one of the guys is an illegal immigrant that works there, and on kind of retaliation on the store for trying to start a union, they send ICE in for a deportation sweep, and one of the employees there is like, in all fairness, he did commit a crime. He's here illegally. And they're like, come on, Dina. And she's like, what? If you sneak into a movie and they catch you, you don't get to finish the rest of the movie. And they're like, well, what movie is it? And she's like, it's the best movie ever. United States of America.
Oh,
okay.
I don't know about that one.
No, but
where would you rather live? France?
I've been
with
thinking,
all the Muslims?
I've been thinking, whoa, that's crazy. No, I didn't say.
Okay.
Why would I want to live in France?
Because of all the Muslims.
Wow.
What? Or so you're Islamophobic? Great. I knew this was going to happen.
No.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
You're the one that's fucking being Islamophobic over here.
All right, sorry, I got confused.
No, France. No, it wouldn't be France because I don't like French people. French women I like.
Too many baguettes.
They got a lot of big cats.
So many baguettes and
I've been
French cigarettes, those long like Corella de Ville cigarette holders.
I've actually been thinking about it a lot lately. Like, where would I live? I don't know.
Kentucky.
Hell no.
I'm not leaving US ever.
It wouldn't go to Hawaii?
Not a chance. What am I going to see there? A beach?
Hell yeah, every fucking day, son.
Virginia's got beaches.
Shitty fucking polluted beaches.
Yeah, compared to Hawaii.
That's because Maryland's spilling all that shit into the Potomac right now.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, DC's not doing anything either. Okay. If they see, that's what we get for taking our land back from DC, that Maryland gets control of the river.
Well, DC is federal land. It's literally federal land. That's not owned. That's not a state.
Well, no. Virginia took the land back from DC. Arlington
Arlington is part of Virginia, but DC, where the pipe burst, is in DC.
But Maryland controls the waterway.
That's the reason he was able to send National Guard, and not fucking have them actually do anything. Because he had control of it.
I did see him walking around a bunch when I was driving through DC.
I know a person who is in the National Guard, and he was fucking doing mulch and shit. So
yes. Shout out to that.
Well, we got to keep him busy. They're getting paid.
Don't say his name.
I'm not going to say his name.
Samson.
That's why I said him.
Okay. You didn't have to even say whether.
Her.
You
It could
could've
be
said they.
It could be
Yeah.
a chick.
Yeah.
They them.
Yeah.
They, them.
It is 2026.
It is 2026.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, queers are in now. Queers are cool. I like queers, all of them.
So I guess going back to the
Sorry.
it's all good, dude. No, but when you guys were talking about like the mask thing and the doxing thing, I feel like there can be right on both sides. Now with the whole mask mandate for COVID, I know initially we're all thinking like, hey, maybe wearing the mask, maybe they're doing this for our own good, maybe it is helping somebody next to you or something. So something like that, it's like, okay, even if I didn't like the mandate, I don't think anybody did, obviously. It's like, okay, maybe I am, helping somebody in some capacity. Because you're right, we didn't know shit. Like, we didn't know, like, they're telling us, hey, if you go outside, you might die. It's like, oh, shit.
They're
You know what
pumping it out.
You know what I think part of the problem, especially nowadays, is that shit was so mishandled that nobody trusts what anybody says, whether it's from science, whether it's from the government, or it's just from just your own fucking community. Nobody trusts anybody anymore because this shit was fucking totally fucked up.
Yeah, no, and Jared, I think you really hit the nail on the head with that, because you're right. Ever since COVID, the trust in what news
gone.
you listen to, what
medical trust gone.
Yep.
Nobody trusts their doctors anymore. Nobody trusts Western medicine, and they shouldn't.
It's crazy to
Somewhat,
really
maybe some.
I mean, emergencies, fine. You break a bone, whatever. Go to
Yeah.
the emergency room. But I would not take any
Oh yeah, I don't want your
medication
pills.
they give me.
Yeah.
Don't give me the antibiotics.
Yeah.
Don't give me any of your no.
I mean, I might
Put my
do
bone back in
antibiotics,
place.
but-
well, if it's an antibiotic for something like something minor,
Like an
that-
internal something, maybe like an
Yeah.
internal. Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah. Antibiotics might be like the top of the stuff I take from them.
But what I was getting back to it, so it's in that sense, it's like, okay, maybe we are doing the right thing. But in terms of, I guess, the ICE agents wearing masks and, protecting their identities, I understand that too. And I obviously think a lot of this, because ICE has been around for 20 years or so, right?
Yeah, I think it's only,
ish.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think after like 9/11, they made like
It was
DHS,
2003,
ICE.
I think.
Yeah,
So-
shortly after the Patriot
I
Act.
remember
Yeah.
because I also, a lot of people don't. I got into a discussion with my ex girlfriend because she was a criminal justice fucking major.
Of course.
Bitch, you didn't do anything with it. Like, I was telling her, I was like, when I was growing up, we didn't need TSA. I was like, we don't fucking need TSA. That's
TSA
fucking-
has literally stopped nothing.
Yeah, ain't stop shit.
It's a
Like, they
joke.
stopped my fucking knives from getting through just because, and I had to throw it in the trash because I didn't want to fucking get pulled into a fucking room
Yeah.
and talk to a bunch of federal agents for
Yeah.
fucking 3 hours and miss my flight.
Yep.
Yeah, and so with so knowing that, only in recent months has obviously with everything happening in Minnesota with the two unfortunate killings, the shootings, however you want to obviously view that, and the way it's being covered by the media in general, it's always like they're taking something that's been in place for forever and it's being amplified. But I think a lot of distrust from folks comes with how some of these things are being handled.
Less than 20 years is not forever.
No. I understand that. But I can't remember until recent memory a time where everybody cared about this.
No, because they're making a spectacle out of it on purpose. Maybe both sides are.
And before you,
100% both
yeah,
sides.
yeah. And before I go any further, I think the loss of life is horrible. Like,
I don't want to see anybody killed. That's why like the and what's also funny, the news, the media, they make it seem like this is going on all over Minneapolis. My buddy lives in Minneapolis, works in Minneapolis. He's like, I haven't seen ICE or the protests anywhere. And he lives in the heart of Minneapolis, works in the heart of Minneapolis. So I don't know where these are going on.
Well,
but
I've seen a couple of videos, and I even checked the comments like just to make sure like how recent it was.
yeah.
And I saw one either yesterday or today. Like this lady was like, "Yeah, this is still going on." But then
They just make it
It's
seem
all-
a lot more widespread than it's
Yeah.
very isolated. It's because they get this inside information. There's people on the inside relaying this information out to these apps that they use and these networks that they're a part of, where ICE agents are, where they're conducting these operations, and they all flood there. and then they try to prevent it. And I don't know if you guys know anything about law enforcement, but if you saw somebody getting pulled over on the side of the road on 95 and you just pulled over and tried to stop that from happening,
Yeah.
what do you think's going to happen to you?
That actually something similar to not similar to that, well, kind of. So I was coming home last night, and there were these cops that had pulled these people over, and I'm trying to sit there and decide, like, if me in that situation, I'm like, okay, what do I do? I know I need to slow down.
Yeah.
Do I need to stop? Like what do I need? Because I don't want to get pulled over either. You know what I'm saying?
They're like in the middle of the road?
Not in the middle. It was kind of like off, and like one was about to come out, and there was like 3 other ones still there, and you can see people walking around, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? It was on backlit. You know that fucking where that dance studio is?
Yeah.
And then the fucking McDonald's was across the street.
Oh, yeah.
It was
yeah.
right in there, and and where that light is, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, all right, let me slow down. What's going on?
Now, by dance studio, do you mean
No.
Paper Moon?
No.
Oh, okay.
Where the McDonald's,
the Gentleman's Club.
where the McDonald's is, bro.
Different type of dance studio that I'm thinking of.
So you got the McDonald's, and then you got the fucking the Exxon down there, and then at that light there's a dance studio, and then you go there's also going up on the HOV and all that shit. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. So then as soon as I slow down, creep around, a fucking cop comes right up behind me, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Damn it.
What the fuck?
I thought I was doing right, man. What the hell?
Yeah.
I didn't get pulled over, but he was behind me for the whole time.
We shook you up a little bit.
I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
But see, but that's the thing, like, but that's the thing with how I think about it too is, again, the loss of life is terrible. It really is, and it's
Man, you
unfortunate.
hung up on this shit.
No, it is. No, but the
PTSD,
reason,
brother?
No, maybe from other things in my life.
Clearly.
But what I was gonna say is, but I would never in my right mind. Like he's saying, like if you see somebody pulled over, I'm not going to stop and see why they're doing it.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing, cop?
Yeah. So
back the fuck up. I'm arresting this guy.
Yeah. So I just think the decision making comes into
it's crazy.
I don't think I would
the
attack
balls
them,
these
but-
people have.
Yeah, it's kind
The
of weird.
balls these people have to think they can just go out there and interfere with whatever kind of law enforcement operations is crazy. Only an American, would only be in an American mindset.
Okay.
That would never happen in the U, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think that's kind of what makes us Americans. But at a certain point, you got to figure out why are you even doing this?
So that brings me to what I've kind of been trying to do the last 3 times that this kind of came up. The same thing happened on January 6th. Where,
No.
Oh, I knew you were going to disagree with it.
It's not. I mean,
Well,
it's
how
not,
is it
just
not?
the same
How
thing.
is it not when they were attacking law enforcement and they were attacking?
Who?
They were.
Who was? The agitators? Look, January
They were
6th.
agitated.
Well, I don't know much about
Yeah,
the details
dude.
behind it, so
What,
I'm learning.
what don't you know?
No,
We
I've
watched it.
seen-
I know. I understand what happened, but to make the claim hey, this was not what you think it is. I don't know much about that, so I'm curious as to what Tron has to say. That's,
It's just not. I just literally don't think you can compare the two. These organizations that are getting fed insider information to show up to stop lawful deportation orders, showing up to accost armed federal agents, thinking that this is just they're out there LARPing this is some game. They're trying to
Versus what?
versus what happened on January 6th.
Yeah.
Where there was a crowd of over 1 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Trump
I don't think there was that many people, but okay.
estimates are between 1 million and 1.5, but whatever. Trump told them there's going to be a ton of people here. You're going to, let's bring in the National Guard. Turned down by Nancy Pelosi, turned down by Muriel Bowser. They not only anticipated destruction, there was people on the inside filming it. Jaden X, not a Trumper, not a MAGA supporter, communist through and through, worked a lot, BLM protests, burnt down shit, recorded his whole interaction. They've got they were let into the Capitol. There were people breaking down windows, dressed in all black garb, breaking down windows. MAGA people pulled them off there. They got furious at them when they realized they were being recorded. They tried to act like they were the people that pulled them off. They were the ones that broke the window. Alex Jones and his co-host, Owen Schroyer, knew that something was going on because Trump got done speaking. He said, we got to go down to the Capitol to make our voices peacefully heard, peacefully and patriotically heard.
Mm-hmm.
So when his speech wrapped up, Alex Jones, Owen Schroyer, his co-host, started walking down. They realized people were already down at that. Before Trump finished speaking, people were already down at the Capitol starting stuff up. Epps, not Jeffrey Epps, Jeffrey Epps.
Mike Epps is a comedian.
Mike, yeah. I was like, no, that sounds familiar. That's not the right one. He was the one telling people the night before, we need to go into the Capitol more. We need to go into the Capitol. Everyone was pointing him out on all these videos. They brought him in for questioning, released. He was never arrested for January 6th. He was literally the main focal point from the night before to the next day, telling people that we need to go into the Capitol. They literally unlocked the doors to the Capitol, let everybody in. They unlocked them from the inside. They're huge, giant mag locks. You can't push them open. You can't push those doors open no matter how strong you are. The Hulk couldn't push those open. They were unlocked there. You could see videos from the inside, protesters making signals up to somebody. They unlocked the doors from the inside. It was literally one giant entrapment scheme. So I don't think what's going on out there in Minneapolis, all these ICE protests, those aren't entrapment schemes. Those are counter operation scheme. Those are they're literally, you can trace it up as high as you want. I guarantee you it's conducted by some counter aspect of the military in one way, shape, or form, or intel agency.
Wasn't it a thing where they had organized this thing days before the day actually happened? Like, there was groups, there was organized. Yeah, there was organizing online.
They had the Stop the Steal protest.
These people came from all over the country.
And one of the guys that led the Stop the Steal protest.
I've met a January 6er, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met her in Texas. She was on Kill Tony, and I've met her in real life.
And she was arrested, hunted down by the FBI and everything. Yep. It's fucked up, dude.
Oh,
These people got, dude.
But she didn't confirm or deny, but she did. She did.
If you walked in there, you were a Jan 6er, but a lot of the vast majority of the people didn't do anything destructive, went in after the doors were open from the inside. And they were locking up people. They were trying to lock up people for 22 years because of their roles in January 6th, even though they weren't even there.
Okay. Well, I don't know how that would work, but
that's what they did to Enrique.
The Proud Boys dude?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. He was there.
No, he wasn't.
Where was he at?
He wasn't in D.C. They literally, the Proud Boys, they tried to attack the Proud Boys to try to get them to flip on Trump, to say that Trump is the reason why we're here. Trump is the reason why we why we were president in D.C. They were trying to incriminate all these people to get them to flip on Trump, and the Proud Boys didn't, and that's why they suffered the highest punishments.
Now they're in nice, but
that is I'd never heard it like broken down like that before. When I was at work when all that occurred, so obviously
I got the notices.
I was
at
home and I was watching it on TV.
Yeah,
so
and
I saw what I saw.
And say that this is correct, what the way you're describing it. Just to see it unfold or anything like this unfold in general it's like, what the fuck is happening?
It's
here?
crazy. Well, yeah. When I saw it, I was at work. But I was watching the live stream on the computer while I was doing whatever, and I was like, holy shit, they're inside the Capitol. This is not good. But then I saw the next day when Alex Jones was releasing all of his footage, they saw what was going on. They knew it was a setup immediately. Alex Jones runs
I gotta
down
see
there.
Alex Jones is.
They literally
I'm sure
they get
I have
on
seen
the.
it. I'm
they
sure
get,
I have seen it, but I've also seen.
They're literally
footage other
screaming
ways.
at everybody. Don't go in. It's a setup. He's standing on pallets of chairs. They charged Owen Schroyer for breaching the Capitol, for going into the Capitol. Never went into the Capitol. Stood out on the steps and was yelling at everybody, don't go into the Capitol. It's a setup. That's what they arrested him for. Well, actually, they arrested him because he got kicked out of the Capitol for interrupting a Jerry Nadler speech of some kind. They kicked him out, and they arrested him because of that. But it was wishy-washy. But they drug him through that whole process. He spent 2 months in federal prison, and then they released him early. He was supposed to spend like 4 months in there. They let him go early because the warden was getting so much political pressure from senators, congressmen, whatever. But all the video, I mean, they were filming, Alex Jones, they were out there filming everything too.
I'll have to look into this too, because this is actually relatively interesting. I've never heard this aspect or angle of it. I've always just thought, there was obviously not every single person that went inside, but the ones that went into the real, I guess, the disruptive, the agitators, as you call them.
So these people aren't considered patriots then. They're just would-be standby people.
Who's that?
People who were arrested and eventually pardoned.
No, I think they thought they were going to protest. The doors were open for
Violently.
them. They walked in.
Okay, walking in is one thing,
You
but then
see everybody else in front
of
of you walking in. Most of the people entered peacefully. The vast majority of them. They all did. They opened the doors for them. The big mag locks, they opened them. The only people that they've seen breaking doors and windows look very suspect, and they're covered in all. You can't see their faces.
I've seen one where you saw her face. She was clear. She fucking was like, I watched the entire video of her fucking breaking the windows.
Who's that? Ashley Babbitt?
No, that's the one that got shot.
Yeah.
That's
That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about outside.
And I didn't hear anybody crying about her getting shot, but
oh no, I was one of those
they
people.
get shot out.
I was like, you shouldn't have been up in there in the first place.
Well,
first of all, she was going, and there was a fucking Secret Service right there.
That
like,
dude
what are you
could have
doing?
tackled her, no problem.
Tackled her from where? She broke a window and climbed through the window.
I don't think she broke it, but she climbed through it,
Yeah.
and
she was the first
while
one
she's
through.
climbing through there, you can't subdue her in
No,
any other
bro.
way.
If you
So
saw
a
the
grown-
video,
a
the guy
grown-ass
was
man-
he was away from her.
Not that far. He could have ran. What are you? How are you able to defend yourself as you're climbing through a glass shards all around you? How?
Okay, so
Clearly, she was
Hold on.
climbing through with her hands.
got you. All right, got you. So, comparatively, how should those ICE agents have handled Preddy?
Preddy?
Yeah.
I don't think he should have. It's not the same type of situation. Preddy was.
It's a
is
split
on-
second type of decision.
No,
both sides.
But it's not. But that's in a vacuum. You're just looking at the situation in a vacuum, like those two instances when the trigger is pulled, that vacuum. But what happened before? So Preddy had been following around ICE agents, accosting them violently, kicking out. He's been seen on video kicking out, punching vehicles, kicking out their lights.
I saw the video.
Okay, so it wasn't just like some random guy, some bystander, some guy that was just passing by that decided to get involved. This guy had been accosting and assaulting these agents for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. However long.
So time period of
but they
doing
knew
something
about him. They knew he was violent. They knew he
adds
was.
to whether you should get shot or not.
If you keep attacking agents,
Agents
what
or
are their
equipment?
What's the difference? You're attacking, impeding their operations. What's the difference? You're putting them in harm's way. Every time their vehicle has to stop, they're now in danger. You were in the Army, right?
No, first of all.
Okay, so is that okay?
First of all, I was,
all right.
he's a
So
Marine.
first of all, I was in the Marine Corps.
okay,
Don't
That's a
disrespect.
whole
okay,
different thing.
all right.
And which
whatever,
also, which
whatever.
also
Combat,
mean-
combat.
which-
Some type of. So
which also
okay.
means I have training in law enforcement.
Okay, so what-
I'm not
okay.
a fucking expert or anything.
So what
but
would happen
I
if?
guarantee you, I would have.
What would happen if a group of rambunctious people, violent people, stop your vehicle? What would happen to the people? What would you and your boys inside? What would you think about doing right then?
The
Think
same,
about quelling the
same
situation?
thing I would have done if somebody was breaking glass and trying to climb through to where other senators and Congress
It's
people
not.
are.
It's not.
It's not
literally,
exactly.
It's not
Exactly the same. But
okay.
hold on. The decision making process would be the same. It's a split second thing where my training tells me blah blah blah. This is what's gonna happen. So all I'm saying is, don't try to villainize one thing and then make the other side the way just because it fits around whatever narrative.
I'm not.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying that there is. You don't have to handle each situation the same.
Well,
Somebody
if you're-
launching a 3,500-pound missile at you, a vehicle, is not the same as an clearly unarmed lady coming through a glass window.
But he wasn't launching.
He was
missile.
10 feet away from her. He could have tackled her, put her in cuffs, didn't have to blast her in the throat.
Well,
This is the same.
A vehicle getting
It's the
slammed
same-
at you.
This is the same argument that the administration even put out. Well, he felt like his life was in danger. First of all, I'm not even talking about. You're talking about.
I think that's a
you're
cop-out.
talking. You're talking about the lady.
Good, Amanda.
I was
good.
still talking about Pretty.
Well,
Pretty didn't drive his car
He had a
into
history
it.
of being violent with the ICE agents. What? So, okay, so he's going to be violent without a gun. Is he going to be more violent with a gun or without one? And these people aren't going after him. They're just going at. He's out there
Also-
trying to stop them from
Also,
going
technically,
after.
he was unarmed too. So, because the ICE agent took it off of him.
So do you think?
Hearsay.
So I know that there's a lot
Video
of,
say.
there's a lot of, well, there are a lot of different angles of that.
They get one gun off of him. You don't know.
So he
You
had
don't
3
know.
guns now.
Look, I used to question police actions a lot.
Oh, I still do.
I still do too, but you can't argue that them interacting with the public is the most stressful part of their job. They don't know what's going to happen. You see, even if you take one gun, you take a gun off him.
It's one
You
thing-
see him reaching down, like who knows what was going on in that pileup? You see him reaching for his waistband again.
This goes
Does
back-
he have another one? He's
this-
got multiple magazines on him.
This goes back to what I was saying earlier about them not having enough training. 47 days to handle public situations ain't enough.
No, and I think that's fair too, because with the amount of guards on him, and I agree with you too, with this giant pile, they don't know what this guy's reaching for. However,
You don't know.
I still feel there could have been a better way other than, obviously shooting and killing the guy. But in the same breath, I'm not a part of this crazy situation where, my life could potentially be in danger. I don't know how I would react either. Now, in regards to the woman in the vehicle, I look at it kind of in the same manner. Even if her intention was not to hit that guy and to just drive past him, he's got a second to make a decision, and it's coming at him whether we think it is or not, and they're going to react a certain way. Now, to Jared's credit, this happened to this guy before where he got drugged by a car and had a bunch of stitches in his leg.
Yeah.
He's got some PTSD from it. Then, in that sense, that guy should probably not be out,
There's also
enforcing law.
There's also evidence that's how the Border Patrol have handled situations in the past anyway, where they're like, okay, this is how we're gonna start this thing to have these vehicles come at us, and we're just so we have an opportunity to shoot these people, because they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about immigrants or drug dealers or whatever.
I don't believe that.
But then to bring that same mentality into the streets of America, again, unconstitutional.
Well, it's just, look, these people are literally using their vehicles as weapons. They're ramming the
You mean
the enforcement vehicles.
Well, the enforcement vehicles are doing the same thing.
No, well, they block them off. They literally entrap them. So if you're
Every situation is entrapment.
Okay, I don't know how else to. In the Marines, if you were conducting an operation and you got enclosed by vehicles, what are you gonna do? Would you consider that a threat?
Yes.
If you so
again,
that alone right there, they are putting the threat out there. We are doing this for damage. You don't just entrap people just to. They don't know what is good. That's the thing. You can't just. That's what I'm saying. Someone's getting pulled over on the side of 95. You can't just roll up behind them and try to intervene and not expect them to
if they start
be aggressive towards you.
If they stop you and they start shooting at you, then yeah, you can shoot back. But you have to feel that your life is in danger immediately.
Yeah, and those, I mean, those get overturned all the time. People people go to serve warrants and they go into the wrong house or something, and the guy like, oh shit, I'm getting invaded, shoots back.
There's some who don't get turned over.
Well, depends on the circumstance. But
Breonna Taylor, them motherfuckers didn't go to jail.
That I'll talk about that if you want.
Go ahead.
There was return fire.
Yeah, I would have shot too. You came over my house. I didn't know who you were.
Okay,
I got guns. I will shoot.
So now there's people shooting back. So I mean,
okay, but
they didn't just run up. But they make it seem
said.
like they run up in there and they just killed her because they saw her.
No,
I
didn't say that. I never said that.
No, I know, but that's how they make it seem. That's how they make it seem.
That's fine. That's how they make it seem.
Just like with George Floyd, like he was some saint. Like, oh my God, how could George Floyd have left us so soon? And he was like one of the worst people of all time.
You're pulling in outside information.
That's just how the media does it all the time.
I know, but I'm not talking about.
It's just a pattern.
Bro, I'm not talking about the media. I'm talking about what happened. They were trying to serve a warrant. They served the warrant to the wrong place. Somebody comes knocking on my door. I'm starting to shoot too, just like you said.
Right.
But I also said.
But then they're going to return.
Hold on, let me finish. I also said if someone pulls up on me, like you said, and blocks me in, I'm not going. If I'm in a law enforcement position, I'm not going to immediately, or even a combat situation. Well, maybe a combat. That's a little bit different. But if someone pulls up on me and they don't start shooting me and they're just impeding me from driving around, okay, all right, we need to de-escalate. Because as law enforcement, how do we de-escalate this? You got to remember, I also did door guy for many years. I had to de-escalate situations all the time because you know why? I want to keep myself safe as well as around the people around me. Because it comes down to that. Again, training is the biggest part about a lot of this.
But they shouldn't have to.
They shouldn't have to be trained?
They shouldn't have to de-escalate situations that shouldn't be there to begin with. They should be able to. It's just so crazy. Like that's where they draw the line. Oh, deportation effort. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna interfere with this. Like it's just such a crazy thing for me. I can't even comprehend why people think that's like the right thing to do. Like, oh, I must do this as like a sovereign citizen.
I agree with you there. I don't, like he said it before, like I wouldn't put myself in that situation. I probably necessarily wouldn't put myself in that situation either.
I wouldn't, no.
However, I would protest. I have protested before. I protested during the George, I don't want to call it the George Floyd stuff or the BLM stuff. It was just fucking, we were tired of seeing motherfuckers get shot. Black people are tired of seeing that shit. We wouldn't have civil rights if it wasn't for people fucking going out and protesting. It is your fucking God-given American right. I don't want to say God-given because it's a man-made thing, these rights that we have. It's our right to do that. Now, again, like you said, impeding, yeah, that's fucking a little, I don't even call it impeding because that's the word they're using. To interfere with operations, yes, I don't agree with that because, yes, you're putting yourself in harm's way. But I still should have the right to protest.
Yeah.
And not have motherfuckers tell me, oh, well, they're fucking getting paid to fucking be out there. Like, that's not even a thing, man. I don't believe that. Maybe there are some circles where people are getting paid.
It's definitely a thing. They're paid protesters.
I'm sure. But just like the January 6th thing, it was probably paid the same way. Like, hey, let's stir this shit up. But it's paid either way, brother.
They literally did. I mean, they got videos on January 6th, people under trees putting on MAGA gear. Changing out of their Antifa gear, putting on MAGA gear.
Well, you can buy that shit all over DC, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's
that
people
doesn't
running
mean
through the
they're
crowd
trying to do anything.
they're putting it on right before the insurrection. They're under the tree putting on their MAGA gear and then going and performing an insurrection. It was all January 6th was all staged.
We don't have to get bent out of shape about it. Yeah,
I'm just saying it is what it is. I mean, we got the videos. We got it all.
But we can't. Here's what we can't do, because this is what they want. They want us to fucking be like, no, well, this side is doing that, and your side is doing that, and your side is doing that. Like, no, man. The whole point is both sides are fucking doing something to fucking make us be divided and not fucking work together.
That's honestly, I think that's the biggest key to the Epstein file. It's the one thing that we can use to bring Democrats, Republicans, independents together. Nobody wants to be ruled by a pedophile elite political class.
No.
It's pretty awful.
Yeah, and it is kind of wild how we've gotten to a point where in recent weeks, I was saying this not even on last week's episode, but a few weeks ago, where, they put out 3 million pages, right?
Yeah.
All at one time. It's like, man, the general public and a lot of people have been kind of clamoring for this information for a couple of years now. Like you said, Trump, promoted it along his campaign trail. And then we get them, and it's like, oh, here it is, and it's 3 million pages. It just overloads,
It's tough.
The typical average person is not going to sit. I don't even think anybody is going to sit and read 3 million pages.
No.
Because once you get to page 150 or whatever it is, it's like, oh my God, this is horrible. I can't do anything about it, and you get desensitized.
It's and it's tough. I mean, I haven't read any of I haven't gone to download the documents for myself. I've just been watching InfoWars and other places that break them down, that are pulling them themselves from the government database. But I think that was kind of part of it too. Like, they were like, all right, this isn't going to stop.
Yeah.
There's no stopping this. So they tried to hide it. They tried to obscure as much of it as they could. And then Trump has still just been like, fuck it, release it all. Cause they've been trying to blackmail Trump with the fact that they keep telling him, I think they keep telling him stuff lies on the inside, you're in the files, or your wife is in the files, and they're going to try to pull some, because they've already tried to do this with Melania Trump, and I think he's just trying to protect his wife's name or his family's name at this point, even though he literally was the first main whistleblower on this organization. So I think they're basically holding over fake lies over his head. If you
that's one way of I guess going down the rabbit hole.
And then you've got people in his administration like Howard Lutnick, who's in big trouble in my opinion.
Yeah.
Who claimed initially a few years ago claimed that he was neighbors with Epstein in New York, literally right next door. He claimed he went to his house once with his wife, was getting a tour of the house there in New York, went into one room and there was just a massage table in the middle of the room, and he was like, that's weird. How many massages are you getting? Yeah. And then he was like, Epstein said something to him I can get you any type of massage you want, and he was like, oh, this is weird. And he looked at his wife, and they left, and he was like, we're never going back here. Wow. And then the Epstein file dropped, and it was like, oh, you were at we've got emails saying you were on his island during this. And he was like, oh yeah. And after his initial conviction,
we went there with my whole family.
Yeah, he was like, it was just me, the kids, and the wife, and another couple we were with. And we were like, okay, not cool. And then they were like, what about these emails from May 5th, 2008 or whatever? And he's like, oh, yeah, I think we had a lunch that day. So he was like, okay, so you're a fucking liar. So there's people around Trump. And that's the thing, as president of the United States.
It's all the motherfuckers he put them all in his cabinet.
Well, they think, that's the thing. It's not Trump picking all these people. Well, Trump delegates literally everything.
Yeah, because he's a busy.
I mean, the primary thing of the president is
you made a good point.
I mean, it's all Susie Wiles. Susie Wiles, was told. That's the thing. He's not a political guy.
He's a businessman.
He's a businessman. He wasn't in
CEOs,
this.
they delegate tasks. Like, I went to business school, so
everyone's like, oh, Trump gave this terrible endorsement. He is not looking over all these candidates for running for the House. He doesn't give a fuck about all these. He doesn't have time to look at all these candidates running for the House. He's gonna give somebody whatever name they bring by his desk most that day.
And then those same people are just feeding him whatever information.
Exactly. And they're getting it from, and they're working for somebody else. They're not working. Like, it's all, so like Trump, like at the end of the day, he's the president, he's the head of the executive, but he put like, most of these decisions aren't even, like, he's got a committee that's supposed to vet these people and, because he doesn't have time to look into all these backgrounds. And so it's like, I could spend all day criticizing Trump, and that's fine. I've got no problem criticizing Trump.
You can't also, you still at the same time, you can't like just make him like, say any president. You can't, with whatever good they're doing, you still can't just be like, okay, well, he did all this good, so we're just gonna like let it whatever else slide.
Yeah.
You know
no, I don't like, I get what Trump, like, I don't like what Trump is doing in the Middle East. I don't like,
that was my thing with like Obama. Like, what's up with the Predator drones, bro?
That's what they did. Like, it's like but it's also like, Trump is ending wars, like a bunch of these conflicts, not necessarily involving the USA, but it's like, you're also thrown into this thing where all these war machines are going. Like, it's tough to you can't just flip a switch and just be like, all right, war's over.
Well, but that's my thing. Like, okay, fine. You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna end this war day one. Like, bro, that's not how
I know. That's like campaign shit that
But campaign shit that is not even realistic.
Well, I mean, I believed it at first because literally the Ukraine couldn't continue to fighting if we weren't funding them.
And neither could Israel.
But
I don't.
Israel.
Do we want to go in there?
Yeah,
look,
we can.
No.
I don't like.
We're at 222 already.
For real?
Are we really?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Dude, what's crazy is because I feel like there's like 80 different things we could keep going with.
That makes sense because I've got to pee a lot again.
Well, here
I will. I'm down to talk about Israel because I don't like them either. But I do have to take another pee break.
We agree on a lot more than we think we do.
And most people do. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If most people talked, they'd be like, "Oh shit, we actually don't disagree on that much." But behind like computer screens and stuff, everyone's like, "You fucking ass."
Yeah. Well, and that's another reason why I've known you pretty much my entire life, man. I know who you are. And I know I know you will debate somebody. You are not afraid to do that. You're not afraid to say who you are.
I like being proven wrong. Actually, like people think like, oh, you just like being right. I'm like, I actually like when I'm proven wrong because then I can learn. Like,
it's kind of
I like learning and changing.
Yeah, it's kind of a scientific.
Literally,
mind.
I used to consider myself like a libertarian, and then
me too, a long time ago.
I don't think I literally think that you might as well just be a Democrat if you're a libertarian at this point.
I think for me,
they also wanted to legalize black tar heroin, which
they're a little
not so for.
They're a little too extreme. They're like more in the middle. Let's just close it out real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no, but I know the type of guy you are, man, and I know when you debate people online, I know how nasty the internet can be and how folks, and I don't think you're some loon. You're just another person with an opinion. Obviously, it might not be the popular one at this time.
We all fall victim to like, oh, I'm behind this screen and nobody's gonna fucking touch me.
Yeah. So, that's one of the reasons I did want to have you come over because a lot is coming out, a lot is happening.
Oh my god! And this is just the start.
I thought you were the perfect person to come over.
I think we've been done for a while, but hey, it is what it is.
This is literally going to bring it all down.
America,
Epstein
America
file.
#1. This guy still.
I got my flag at my desk.
USA.
Got my flag at my desk. But
look,
hey,
I still love my country. Don't get me wrong. I'm just afraid of my government. That's it.
Fair enough.
And it all spins back. And with that being said, folks, thank you for listening to episode 325 of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast with Jared, Lee, and RJ. Tron, thank you so much for coming back over, man. You're always welcome to come on. And
we're going to have to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me some dap, brother.
So it's been like 2 years anyway, huh?
It has. I was looking at the comment. Yeah, the exchanges on the DMs.
So I just wanted to thank you again. Thank you for everybody who tuned in. I think we had a hell of a show today, probably one of our best ones in a long time, and thank you for being a part of that. And we will see you guys.
Come this way a little bit so we can get a good, there you go, smile. There we go. All right. There you go. Gotcha.
So what I was going to say is
Never
we will
smile, never show your teeth.
Fuck that.
we will see you guys next week, all right?
Oh, shit. Oh, wait.
Wait, we got to do the thing.
I'm fucking, no, I got to do the
Oh,
thing.
you got to do the
This
thing.
is marketing.
You got to wait for the thing.
I'm about to pee myself.
Hey, you good.
An hour? What am I supposed to do with the mad scientist for an hour?
You know, tamper in God's domain.
Peace.